if she emails me back, I'll just add her later. But we can go ahead and start. But we were talking about Bad Bunny, and you said Never Let Me Go. I heard of it. I haven't got into it yet because I just got done with The Untamed, y'all. Listen, give me a minute. So, did you watch it?
Isn't that the one that's like 1,000 episodes though?
It's 50. It's my first 50 episode as well, but it's a C drama, my first C drama as well. And it was, it was emotional. I need a minute but I do need something happy, so I probably do need to start. But Never Let Me Go might be depressing too. Hold on.
No, it's not depressing. It has its moments. It's not depressing. But if you want something like, hey, Fish in the Sky, I've been dying. Like, it is hilarious. But yeah, it's not, I don't think it's...
I say Fish Upon the Sky versus Never Let Me Go is like night and day.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're so different, but both good.
Yeah.
Like, Fish Upon the Sky is so comedic, whereas Never Let Me Go, I'm in my feels, but I love every moment of it. It is so good. And I have a feeling I'm going to be hurt at some point by the end of the show.
There's only one character that I swear if they kill him off, I'm going to take my phone, because I watch it on my phone, and I'm going to throw it across the room. Like, I'll put a pillow to keep it safe, because it's my only form of communication, but I'm going to fling it. And it's Chopper. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I am so worried for Chopper. I am so worried for him.
Listen.
See, Never Let Me Go is one of those shows where everybody sus. Like, you can't trust anybody. Except for the two leads, really.
Yeah. At least, like,
everybody sus.
I've been betrayed by at least 2 people so far. Chopper is so far been like, please. I'm like, please. I'm begging you. I want to email G and MT. I'm like, I don't know if this production is finished, but if you've done something to Chopper, can you like go back and change it, because I can't. Please, I can't. So
I think the third person joined. Can you hear us?
I can't hear them. They must be. They're on mute.
Oh, are they on mute?
Yeah, they're typing.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. See, I'm old. Headset. She's on your headset. Okay.
Yeah, Never Let Me Go is the show that I didn't know I needed.
So they're both with GMM-TV?
Yes.
They've been popping out a lot.
Well, but it's crazy, because we might get into it. I didn't, and it took me a second to click that all of these shows were the same company, because I rolled together with the passion of 1,000 Suns, and the fact that like 5 of my top 10 favorite BL so far comes from them is crazy to me. Like, how?
Okay, so here's my thinking, right? GMM TV, their TV station, they have to fill their time slots. So they produce a lot of BL. I say, in the past 2 years post together, because what did I watch? Why did I watch that?
Why?
They have, like, I think since Bad Buddy, the game has changed.
Yep.
So I watched Till of 1,000 Stars before that with Earth Mix. Their first drama, and I was like, this is good. I like this, still fit the formula of, like, you have to wait till the last episode to, like, really get something.
I haven't seen it.
You have to wait till the last episode to really get something, but it's really, really good.
Yeah.
To Bad Buddy, where it's like, I started Bad Buddy, like, after it already started, and I caught up at episode 4, and I was like, okay, alright. Then episode 5, I said this on my TikTok, that was the game changer episode for me. Like, it was so good. And I've just come to say that GMM lately has been producing some like really good stuff. But there are certain GMM directors that I'm like, if you make it, I will watch it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like,
About that the other day, I was like, I need to look at who the directors are, because it has to be either one or two of the same people that I'm vibing with their shows. It can't be 5 different people just pulling out bangers. It has to be like, because like again, Bad Bunny episode 5, we were all left on that balcony feeling like, and not reached up, just like all of us was confused. We were like, we both looked like, what happened?
I mean, I'm still not over how he survived in the first episode. He survived that chest kick. I'm like, how did you not die? Like that. Like I felt that. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like he really went there. And his angry face. I'm like, this man wants to kill you. Like what? How we gonna turn this around? How y'all gonna be? It was crazy.
The roller coaster of that show was so much.
But they did a good job.
But not me changed my brain chemistry. Have y'all watched that one?
Mm-mm.
yes. Yeah.
It's
Highly recommend.
I saw a bunch of edits of Afghan. I'm like, I don't know, you guys. I'm not really interested in them. They seem, and then I watch them like, okay, I'm on board. I get it. Like, first, I saw the Eclipse, and he was okay in that, but after Not Me, I was like, okay, I'm fully, like, I'm locked in. You got me, all of you. I'm ready to go. That's,
But here's the thing. Like, Not Me, I think I watched, because Not Me and Bad Buddy were airing at the same time.
Really? Oh wow.
Like, Bad Buddy was on Friday, Not Me was on Sunday.
Hey.
And I was just like, having those two air at the exact same time, I'm like, GMM. I don't know what y'all didn't put in the water, but y'all got 2 bangers going on at the exact same time that are so good.
I'm
My
mad.
personal opinion, Not Me, Afghan's best work.
Like I was.
So good.
That was my first Off Gun series, and like I even said on my TikTok, I'm like, I was blown away of like how good that story was. Like that could have been something like Netflix put out or even Hulu. Like it was like one of those like upper series. I'm like, I wonder if they have won awards. If not, why? Because that show was really good.
like, the production value alone, the money that went into that, and was insane. And you know, they're bad about product placement. I think I might have to take them to the bathroom. Product placement, but you couldn't tell in that one that you were being product placed.
Ooh, they love that man. Oh, listen, Together series was. I was. Oh my gosh, we get it. Those drinks are really
They gotta
good.
get that money though.
Which is fine, but Together couldn't pull it off. Bad Buddy incorporated a little bit easier. Not Me. It was seamless because they were like, oh, no, we're going to produce the hell out of this show. The cinematography is going to be on point, and they did such a good job.
I actually
Like,
don't even
it
remember
just, like-
product placement in Not Me. Actually, I don't even remember like where it was. That's how
It
like.
was a drink.
Oh yeah. After they got in the fight, and it was like, okay.
I got to take my dog to the toilet.
That's fine.
How do you put the...
I think you just mute it, and like the you click on the microphone and the
Camera.
yeah.
microphone in? Okay, all right. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, Not Me. I need to do a rewatch because I absolutely love that show.
Yes, like
Like, Bad Buddy and that.
I can't believe they were airing at the same time. That really is like to me they should have spread that out because that was too good. Like that was 2 gems. Like they could have spread that out a little bit.
I was like, one on Friday, one on Sunday. Like, right now, the fact that they have Never Let Me Go on Tuesday, and then My School President on Friday, I'm like, what is... And I was so skeptical about My School President, because I'm like, Never Let Me Go should be the Friday show, and then I started My School President, and I'm like,
Cute, so cute. I think I'm on episode 4 or 5, so I know like I think it's almost over, but like I'm behind. But I like they were so adorable. I'm like that was my first series like with the main leads, and I'm just like they're so cute.
because they've only been side characters. So, like, they both appeared in
Bad Buddy.
episode 10 of Bad Buddy. Because they were like the high school movie
Yeah.
to the school to like figure out like what happened with our parents.
Yeah.
Whatever.
4
Like, they
characters.
were like the high school. They were like playing a song.
4 characters from Master President was in Bad Buddy, right? 4. I think it was the
Yeah.
it was the two leads, oh boy, who came in, joined the band later, and then the Smiley, Mark, I think is his name. They're gonna say after him.
Mark.
Whew.
So those, I was like, okay, those are good. I'm like, high school president. And it seems like every episode they just get better.
Ooh. People are saying like
the episodes just gets a little bit more better.
They were saying like the writing was really good with that show, like before I even started it. So like that's why I started it. But yeah, I don't know. GMMTV are like really pushing it. I don't know how they work because I'm still new. Like I came in the BL game like end of last year, so I'm like very new. But like just from what it seems, it's just like ever since like it's just not me and Bad Buddy came out at the same time. Ever since then, it's just really just been like pushing of like quality. I'm like, okay, I see you.
I think it's because of the demand. Like, they won an award for A Tale of a Thousand Stars won an award. And that was end of 2021. I started BL late 2022.
Okay.
2020? Late 2020?
2020, yeah.
And I was like, okay, let's see, what are these things? Excuse you. My dog just picked up something. I was like, that's not yours. So I started late 2020 with BL, and then really got into them in 2021. So Tell About Stars on Awards. Bad Buddy was sweeping awards left and right. And I'm like, if you got a show like that, and it's a simple plot that called out all the like tropes, that I was like, they're so smart because they're calling out the this is my wife.
I remember, yeah.
I'm not gay. I just like you.
That one.
I'm like,
ooh.
Like there wasn't like woman scorn trope that we see in so many BL.
Yeah.
In that show, and I was like, they were pushing it in that show that had such a simple plot. I also read the book.
Oh, okay.
Behind the scenes, which is vastly different.
Oh, wow.
From the show, but still really good. But like, I love the twist of it not being the two dads that had the conflict, but being the dad and the mom. Because that made it so deep to be like, Pat, your dad ain't worth a.
But it's like also like complicated because it involves the parents.
I hope he falls and busts his head up. Hate him. Absolutely. He's horrible. But don't want to hold children accountable. Like, he was a child at the time.
I think we're
Sorry,
still...
continue.
What if she didn't marry rich? That's the big thing. What if she didn't marry someone that had money or was gone somewhere? Like, that was her whole future.
That was insane. What was interesting, and I know I was listening a little bit, but didn't catch all of it. If you watch this series, you realize they've always been kind of friends, but just sort of torn because of their parents.
Yeah.
I think, like, even when they were, like, the little cans, he made that when they were little kids. So I think in the beginning of the series, I was thinking, oh, they've never liked each other. No, they've always had a connection. It's just, it's gotten the divide, the older that they've gotten. I could talk about that show forever.
I think I'm just irritated because I'm just like, to bring your children in like your problems, it's like, why would you do that? Like, especially their neighbors, it's like, wouldn't you want them to like grow up close together? Like, I get it, you guys have your trouble, but like keep that between y'all. You gotta put the kids into it. Like that like hurt me because I'm just like they really like it just felt like they were having moments where like just they really hated each other. But it was just more so like they don't want to like displease their parents, and I couldn't get over the mama slapping him. I was like, that's the mama slapped him, but you could tell like she like instantly regretted it, but like she did it. So I don't know. It was just that was crazy.
Hi. That baby's face. Oh, it was too much.
Can you hear us?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Hi.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you can. Yeah.
Okay. Now that we got everybody.
I thought
Yay.
issues.
We can say our name. I know it's late, but like we can say our names and pronouns just so we have it for the chat.
Okay. I'm JJ and she, her.
Ceci, or you can call me South off my name, and she, her.
Ronnie, he, him.
Deja, she, her. Thank you guys for joining me. So this is my first BL chat. I've done other chats before, it's mostly with K-pop. But this is my first BL chat. I have been wanting to just, ever since I started BLs, I've just been wanting to like talk to other fans about like shows we've seen, just actors and stuff. Because the BL, it's like, once you start one, it's just an instant. Like you can't stop. So I'll go ahead. I know me and Ronnie had talked about it a little bit, but just kind of like say like, when did you guys first get into BLs?
Sure. So I first saw Kim Porsche. That was my first one.
What was your
And
first?
I know. Could you imagine? Like, picture this. I get done with Kim Porsche. Life has been changed. I'm into it. I go and I look at more like, what's this show? Together, let's try it. Just let down. But yeah, I had seen.
Hi.
Is it me? Am I?
I don't want this ever reloading. What is this?
Now we lost JJ.
She's still in the green room.
How do I kick her out of the green room?
There's a green room. She just got to click to join.
Oh.
Which she might not be able to. Anyway, I saw.
I'm so sorry.
No, I don't know what's happening.
No, either. I saw.
I'm sorry you went from Kim Porsche to Together.
I know. It was. I saw like the trailer for Kim Porsche on YouTube, and because I'd seen sort of stuff about BL, but I wasn't really sure what it was. And it felt like K-drama to me, and I don't mind K-drama, but there's some ways that they're shot and done that's kind of like cringy to me and weird, and I don't get it. It's like,
I don't get it.
Do it that way. Like the wrist grab and the open-eyed mouth smush kiss. Every single time it happens, I'm like, please stop. And then it's like every angle that you could think of, and it's just weird. And so but that Kim Porsche just looks so different. And so yeah, that's how I got into it, and I loved it. And then kind of the rabbit hole, like you said, just the floodgates opened. Thankfully, I continued on after Together, which was, I'm traumatized, you guys. Every time I think about that show, I get mad. Because it was like, it just felt like they did it as they went. Like they came up with the story as they went along and just made it up. And like every time the camera started, well, I guess we could do this. That seems cool. It was like, how about we'll throw in this real quick? And then it just didn't make any sense. But it was because I needed to see what happened. I'm that person. I have to see it through the end. I just kept watching, thinking it will get better.
Okay.
It never got
One
better.
question. Did you watch Still Together?
No, I refused. I watched the clip of the kiss in there because I felt like I needed it because the kisses in Together were just horrible, and I was like, okay, this looks better.
Kisses.
Smash mouths, yeah. But yeah, and I watched that just to see, and I was like, it's okay, it's all right. Like, I'm curious, but I don't need to know. I'll just make it up in my brain. They're still together. They stayed together. That's it. But yeah, sorry.
You want to go next, Ronnie?
I can go next. So I got into BL in mid to late 2020. My first BL, I did a watch party with some folks in the Discord with of the first season of Game Boys.
I haven't seen
It's
it.
a Filipino BL that is like happens during the pandemic, so it's like shot like everything's like Zoom chats or FaceTime chats, like really well done. Super good. Recommend. Episode's like 30 minutes. And it was on Netflix.
Oh.
So that was my first one. And then thing now. And what was my first Thai BL? Nothing other than Until We Meet Again.
Oh
The
my
first 5 minutes, it's traumatizing. First 5 minutes.
Wow, y'all coming in hot. Goodness gracious.
I was just like, did they really just show what I think? But then, like, I kept watching, and then I got hooked because the story, I'm like, what does happen afterwards? Like, meet a new life, and then it just kept complicating. So I watched that, and then it just kept, I was like, okay, what else is there? What are all these other suggestions that are coming up? And now I watch, I think, most of what I watch are BL. Because there's so much out there, and I'm like, I'm just trying to catch up. And Thailand produces so many, but then I'm like, other countries make BLs too. But are they, after what I'm seeing lately, are they as good? I'm like,
My Tooth Your Love is really good out of Taiwan, but beyond that,
I watched that. I watched that one.
And the remake was Pong something 304 was really good. Pong 4 was really good. But yeah.
So I'm starting to venture out into like Taiwan and more Filipino ones. The only Korean BL that I've watched in full was Kissable Lips. And then I finished that, I was like, what did I watch?
Whoa. Hold on.
I was just like,
I'm gonna sleep on my booze. 15 minutes is good.
yeah, I was just like, I'm just confused about what happened. Like, what?
I've never seen it either. I've seen clips of it, so I've never seen it either.
It's okay. You gotta like it. It's okay.
I didn't say I like it. I was just confused, like, what happened at the end? Because I'm a little bit lost.
I mean, but love, neutral, absolutely not. Mixed.
What about you, JJ? When did you start BLs?
I started in 2020 as well, but I came via the K-drama route. So I felt like I'd exhausted everything on Netflix, and then I was like, I'm not gonna get a streaming service. And the next thing I know, I had Viki, and so when I felt like I exhausted that, I was like, well, what's this? So my first two, because they're so short, they happened in the same weekend, was Color Rush and Where Your Eyes Linger. So for me, I consumed a lot of the Korean ones, hence Kissable Lips, Semantic Error, all of those. And then for me, I moved to Japan because I was like, I like the tone better. Like, I tried to stave off anything Thai just because I could pick up some of the other languages, but I could not pick up Thai for the life of me, so I avoided it as long as possible. But I don't remember what my first one was. I want to say it was Don't Say No. Is that the one with the basketball?
Yeah.
The basketball show that wasn't about basketball.
It was a spin-off of a traumatic one. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt like that wasn't a good intro, but then I caught the tail end of Ken Porsche live, like, so it had already started, and then just that downward spiral from there happened into various other Thai ones, so.
We're similar then because so I started the end of last year, and my first BL was Color Rush as well, and I was, you know what I mean, I'm not gonna hold you, the kiss, I could have done with that at that point. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, we could have just not even had it, but but I don't know if it was like the actors or like I don't know what it was, but I was just like, y'all could have kept that, but it's okay. And then I went to season 2. And I was mad because my boo wasn't there. So I'm like, yeah, y'all could have kept this too. But it's okay. You know, I still watched it. And then my first Thai BL was Don't Say No, which I didn't know was like the side characters of Darn Type. Have y'all seen Darn Type?
I couldn't get through it. So when I realized that was the same, like, please don't make me go back and try to watch that show again so I could figure out. Like, thankfully, there was like an episode before the actual series that could catch you up, and I watched that because I was like, I stopped watching Thorn Type episode I don't know the episode, but it was when they moved in together. Tyke went back home, and he had that experience where that foreign guy hit on him, and he lost his mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he had that homophobic rant. I'm like, sir, you are literally living with a man romantically. I understood it up until that point, and I'm like, why are you still being a homophobic a-hole? I couldn't. I stopped. I couldn't.
What you gotta say, Ronnie?
I watched Star Type all the way through, and like episode 11 to 12, I was like, some people deserve jail. Like, not just jail, to be under the jail. At the end of that show, like, that just made me to be under the jail.
Yeah.
And then I watched season 2. And season 2 was really just like okay, y'all together. It was about them being together and trying to figure that out. Being together after 7 years to, like, give more time to, like, the side couples. But then how Don't Say No connects. Leo and Fiat
They're super
were
cute.
side characters. And Fiat was trying to get with Type.
Mm-hmm.
And was just like, oh, yeah, you're going to be mine, I don't care, all this stuff. And I'm just like, you trying to be a straight up homeworker? Like, what?
He was, yeah, he did it.
Okay.
He went about it the wrong way. He was just trying to get Leo's attention, but like he went about it the wrong way. And like I remember even in Don't Say No, like because I was confused because I'm like I felt like I was missing something of their story when I watched this. And I'm like, well, I think I'm missing something. And yeah, like I just watched their parts. I literally looked on YouTube and watched their parts of Dark Side 2 because I wasn't going through that. I survived the first season. I'm not going through that. So I just watched their story of it, and it made more sense. And yeah, it was just girls a lot.
That would make sense why I didn't like Don't Say No, because I haven't watched Star Type and don't plan on it.
You didn't need to.
Yeah, you didn't need to. It's just
To be honest,
that kid, the crying, the dry face crying morning. I was like, please stop. Like, please quit.
The first 5 minutes, his first sentence was just enough for me. I was just shocked by his first sentence. I'm like, this is your first sentence, homie. Like, goodness gracious.
like, honestly, my whole thing with that was I hated Fiat and Star Type 2. And then I was like, why
Baby.
you always crying? Anytime I'm crying, just call for Leo, and I'm like,
That's his
what's
baby.
Leo supposed to do? Leo knows a bunch of shooting.
That's his man.
Who like stole the show for me? And like, I was like, I want more of them. Leo and Paul. Leon and Paul. I wanted the two of them.
I'm so
And then
excited.
they had to crush me at the end.
Oh my god.
I was livid. You did what? I get it, but what? And then I watched this whole episode. Right? I waited up to like watch the special episode. And I'm like, and you don't rectify this?
They have a whole
In the special episode?
Just say yes. Is
No, I've been waiting for Joseph to just say yes for the longest.
Announcement, like,
It's been
oh, you've been waiting for that?
yeah, it's like we were supposed to, because I was waiting because we were supposed to get it because they were like why aren't they focusing on it? And they were like, oh, because they're giving attention to just Love in the Air. And so I'm okay. Well, Love in the Air is done. Like now, why aren't we getting any type of news of Just Say Yes? But the actors, they're going to be in another drama coming up, but it's not Just Say Yes. So I don't know what's going on with that.
I thought that it was coming though, or are we just being trolled right now?
I don't even know.
Probably being.
I don't know, I want it.
Fuck JJ.
I get it. We have to be vindicated. We can't be left. I mean, I can come up with ideas and just
Right.
I'm
No, same.
out
Like,
to daydream all day long. I can figure it out myself. But yeah, I get you.
JJ, what's the last BL you've watched?
Well, I downloaded Between Us and watched it on the airplane. That's what I did today because I flew from Atlanta back home. So
I haven't watched the last episode. I was gonna do that.
Me either.
Me,
So
I'm behind. I'm behind on it. I'm gonna just ask y'all. So I love the actors together. I think they have like great chemistry. So like, what do you guys think of the show? Like between, what do you think of the show so far?
So
it
Go
got
ahead.
done a few episodes ago.
it probably. I agree.
episode 10 had a lot of people mad, and I get why a lot of people like. I was like, really? We here at episode 10? We still at this place at episode 10. Y'all got 2 more episodes. This is episode 6 type stuff. Like,
I would say I stopped watching Until We Meet Again because I felt like they fumbled with the whole supernatural concept of the show and just focused way too much on lingering looks, staring at each other. Like, it just, I love Fluke and the other dude, but they stress me out a little. I don't see the chemistry between them at all. I feel like
you're not watching 609.
I am, though. That's the thing. So much better. So much better. 609 is so much better. Why is his name escaping me in real life? I love Mum. I love what he's done with that character. Dean is boring. And so boring. Parm and Dean are boring. They are so boring. Absolutely boring. And I don't understand why, because they have 2 souls living in their body. Why are you so boring? But yeah, Between Us is way better, in my opinion. I will say the frustrating thing about it is that I felt like the whole the miscommunication thing didn't make sense, because I felt like they were constantly telling each other that they cared about each other, and like, maybe not say the words love, but like constantly, like,
the actions should have spoken for
actions,
itself.
and then it was like, what would have happened if you died in that pool? What would I have done? Like, that's a confession to me. So
I think that's like my issue, is just kind of like, because I forgot what episode I stopped on, but I was trying to really pull through, but I was just like, it felt like it was dragging even in the beginning, because I'm just like, not the first episode was great, but like, it was like, after that, I don't know, it just, again, I love that chemistry. I think it was just like, they had so many, probably, 2 years since Until We Meet Again, so I don't know, and I know they shot some of the stuff even during then, because his roots was like, no, because I even said something about that, because I'm like, am I going crazy? Why sometimes your blind roots is listen, whatever. But like, it just like, I don't know, it was kind of dragging. I'm just like, come on, y'all, come on. It's like their actions were speaking for itself, because I'm confused. Like, you still don't know he don't like you? You still questioning this? We're still on this, huh? Okay, let me just take a break.
Sure, you're confused? I don't get it. What's the confusion? Yeah.
Between Us, I'm feeling like it is not current in the sense of where BLs are. In terms of like storytelling, because I'm like, there's some stuff I would have expected
right after Until We Meet Again.
Right, not what BLs are now, where there is typically more communication, and they are like, all right, we get it. It's not the whole, well, won't they be together? I need you to tell me you love me. It's like, you just showed me you love me in all these ways.
Yeah.
All right, now let's see how we be together.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been better right after Until We Meet Again. I think because they waited so long. I don't know what the holdup was, but it's just kind of like
COVID.
Oh, well.
COVID kind of threw everything on a loop.
I feel like that should have gave them more time to get it together. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh no, like, there could have been an 8 episode for real. Like, okay, I get it. And like, I was surprised because I was interested in Brother and Tool. Was it the Wind and Tool? What was the names? Yeah. I'm more interested in them. And I already seen the clip. I'm like, all right, let's go then. Let's go. I'm coming back.
They work out. I'm just trying to see. I'm just interested in how, because that was a throw my phone moment. Episode 11. I'm like, I'm sorry, you can just take your life. Like the morning time, your brother would have found you dead. And that his bedroom is sacred. We don't need any dead bodies in there. Do you know what is taking place in that room? Like, it's your life and you're mad at him? I was like, are you kidding me?
Was it the same same writer of Until We Meet Again? Is it the same writer?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it is. I think it is because it's a story. The actual books are The Red Thread, and then Between Us is actually Hemp Rope. So I'm pretty sure they are the same writer.
Oh, that's where the red thread stuff comes in. Okay. Yeah, and
Okay, so now I guess
put stuff out that just didn't make any sense to me. Like, we need to focus on the reincarnation. Where is all this other stuff coming from? If that makes sense.
so the whole rope scene where like the parallel episode where they had the red thread, so it goes like, no, we'll need a red thread, and he pulled out the rope. I was like, that makes more sense now. No, that book was.
Just a little like the short little. I think they were like 5-minute. There were 6 of them. They were in between us, but it was like little clips that I think
Previews, yeah.
during the pandemic. Did y'all see those or no? They were a little bit later.
I don't think I did. Because I had my first series when I seen them in was a side couple in Cutie Pie. And I was like, who are they?
I rewatched Cutie Pie, and I sat there. I was like, I did not realize that they were in there at all. I watched it the first time. It was that whole scene was
Childish.
way too long, but I didn't remember that they were in there. And then I go back with, hey, I know you. I was like,
I just say it was childish because I'm just like, y'all playing the whole game. Just tell each other. Just communicate. I'm just playing these little games. Here we go. Y'all, no, let's not do this. But I was there for the visuals, though. I was.
I was too. Do you know that whole show could have been done in 5 minutes if Kura just told the truth? Just tell the truth.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. He already knows. He already knows. Just tell the truth.
I just found Leanne to be just super manipulative, and I was just like, I'm over this show. Like, I tried to rewatch it because I gave it a first pass, and I wrote my Tumblr review, and then I stopped in the middle of my Tumblr review, and I said, I'm just not going to review it. I thought it was garbage. It wasn't for me, and I moved on. I was like, well, let me go back and rewatch it, and the whole time I was just like, no. They're both manipulating each other,
Yeah.
and there was no redeeming quality in Cutie Pie for me. And then I
Really?
was coming up to get on the train to watch Cutie Pie 2, all 4 episodes, exactly whenever they came out, and I was like, why did I do this to myself? This was another waste of
I
time.
haven't finished it, so
So, I finished Cutie Pie 2U today, and I was like, as characters, it felt like they regressed a little bit. I was like, why are we talking about stuff that already was resolved in some way? But the best part of Cutie Pie, I will say, had to be the music. When Q would be singing, and I'm like, did you go, okay?
I think Mama's irritating.
That was the best part.
Mama's irritating part. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, it was just a giant music video for New
yeah.
I was just mostly irritated with the proposal scene because I saw it coming. I said as soon as I said that was the most embarrassing thing because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, so you embarrassed me in front of my parents. This ain't even, this is his event. This is my birthday. And in front of all these people, and you not even, I feel like you could have just said yes and just said no behind the scenes. I don't know, because I feel like the embarrassment was just too much. Like, I felt for him, and then he came back later and was like, no, everything's, it's not your fault. But then again, it's like, that was embarrassing. That's, that's not a time to be doing this. He shouldn't have done it anyway. This is not about you.
I paused, I stopped my phone, and I set it down, upside down, and I walked out the room. I was like, because I don't, and maybe, I know I'm not the only one, but I get way into these shows, like, these are my friends. Always, ever since I was a little kid, I do that with every show. So that was horrible, because I like Leanne. I guess because I'm used to that type of character where you have the stoic man. Usually it's a man and a woman, right? It's like the stoic man who never shows his feelings and he's very like cut off or whatever, and then the very emotional woman, and then she realizes, oh, he does have a heart, kind of thing. So my only only thing was like, dude, you know what's going on. You know that he's Killy or whatever it is. You know he plays music. You know that he's not in computer engineering. Like, you have all of this information. Call him out. What are you waiting for? You, like, just to be like, stop lying, so we could move on with our lives.
Even the side couple, I was like annoyed with. I felt like it should have been a bigger like issue. Like, I feel like all because he just hid it from. I'm just again, communication, man, communication. Y'all story could wrap that real fast too. I was like, ooh.
I was so upset because Dio got bit by a dog when he was 5. Is that what this is about?
I don't even remember. I just knew I was like irritated because I'm like, we could have wrapped this up in episode 1 with y'all. Because y'all could have been done with episode 1. But okay.
But I'm interested to see Naughty Babe because maybe it goes into more detail. Like, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe they didn't want to give everything away in Cutie Pie. So maybe there's more to the story that we just don't know that we're going to get in their story. Well, at least that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But now it's got me hooked, so I need a Tutor and a Yim. I need the continuation of their story, and I gotta get it.
Oh,
They're super cute.
they were
Now with the new
highlight
BL,
of 2 years.
they're coming out with a BL, just them, right? Or they're the main ones that looks really good.
The Middleman's Love.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Do you guys have a favorite actor duo?
Off Gun.
Off Gun is good.
I was saying before you got here, JJ, my first thing was not me with them because I'd seen them and I was like, I've seen like edits and the fan stuff, you know, on TikTok. They'll show you, they kind of cram that down your face. I'm like, they seem okay. I don't get it. And then I watched it. I was like, I get it. I understand now. I understand. I'm bored.
Behind the scenes stuff. Like, at first I was like, I'm not a baby. I'm not on board with this. Like, I love Not Me. Theory of Love was very hard to get through, but, you know, we made it. And I was like, I'm looking forward to their other show, but when I watched, their Off Gun Fun Night, I watched all of their Fun Night shows. I was like, oh, this is fun. I like them a lot. So.
I think I feel bad that I pronounced their names incorrectly.
Same.
And I feel so bad. But Bad Buddy,
Omen and On.
yeah, I like their friendship, their duo. I wish they'd do another BL. I don't know if they will, but I like their chemistry.
Well, if they do another BL, both of them, I said they'd only do it with each other.
Cool. That's good.
Makes sense.
Because like with Bad Buddy, there was no spice, but it was still good. I think if the whole story holds up, because I'll be honest, like I love Love in the Air, but I think maybe I'm by myself. If there was no spice, that show would be boring. Like just me. Yeah, just be like I would be bored, especially the first half. Maybe Sky and her story, I'd have been intrigued, but without it, I was like, this would have been boring if there were just no spice.
Honestly, I watched it and I liked it, you know, something to watch every Thursday on my lunch break. But then I was stumbling around Twitter and Tumblr and TikTok, and somebody was like, oh, this is really about a brat tamer relationship and a sub-dom relationship. And I was like, what? They brought the receipts. They listed all the stuff. I went back and rewatched it. The show's suddenly good.
Really?
Yes.
It is.
We watched the first 7.5 episodes with Rain and Payu.
Mm-hmm.
Rain is the brat. Payu is the brat tamer. And you watch everything through that lens. My husband's like, what are you doing watching this again? I was like, look. Let me tell you what the street said. This is what the street said. I'm like, watching it, and she just like, what?
What about you, Ronnie?
I realized I probably wouldn't pick up on that because I realized there was a video where the girl was talking about how Rain is so dumb. And I thought to myself, he's not dumb.
This blonde. That man is blonde.
Well, I guess he's young, and he's in a field of study that is difficult. And then he's also dealing with this first time of having to question his sexuality. So his reaction to things, I wasn't really thinking he was dumb until the special. And in the breakfast scene after they came to the hotel, and he was like, how did you find us? And I was like, but you didn't find you. Because you told Sig where to find you. And I just sat there like,
No, I knew he was dumb when he didn't know that Sky and Peapod what's Sky and what's his name?
hi.
Yeah, they were together. He was like, wait, y'all are together? Sky,
Well,
baby.
Sky kind of was keep stuff to himself, so I just didn't think he realized it because he just was so enwrapped in Caillou and just wasn't paying attention. I wasn't thinking that he's an idiot.
Brain got two brain cells. Brain has all two brain cells. One of his own, and then Caillou.
That's it. He forgot it. First of all, both of them forgot about school. And once they got in a relationship, they both forgot about school. What happened to school? In the special, they was like, they didn't know. I was so irritated because they said they weren't gonna talk about their man. Not even a few seconds later, what we gonna talk about? You go. Hold on. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Y'all man. What was it before y'all man? Like I'm confused. I don't make me mad. I was so confused. Just like. Okay, we're not gonna talk about them, and then they just struggling to find something to talk about. It's been a few seconds. Come on now.
Sure. Talk about buildings and whatnot. Yeah, I get you.
I was over
Because
it.
I have to think about it. Would they have been friends if they weren't in the same faculty? If they wasn't in the same class, would they have even been friends?
I don't think so. Because I didn't even get the friendship vibe. Like at least like they weren't close. Like from the beginning, it didn't feel like they were really close. Because it's like. I mean, I know Sky kept a lot to himself, but it's just like Rain didn't care either. Once he got with Peapod, he was like so focused on that. It's like, but you have a friend that's you could tell he's going through something. You can at least I don't know. It's just it wasn't that close. But I think when they got with each other, like I don't know, with the man, I don't know. It was just like it could have been better with their friendship. Maybe they'll have like a spinoff. I doubt it, but I feel like their friendship could have been a little better, or at least like more close. But they got their man.
Their friendship, maybe because. Again, and I'm realizing things about myself. I can be kind of dumb sometimes. so I think that's why I was like thinking maybe that's why I didn't realize that Rain was dumb, because sometimes I'm dumb, and I have a friend who's kind of like Sky, who's constantly just like side-eyeing me all the time, and I'm just like whatever, I don't care.
I'm sorry.
So I think their friendship. We've been friends for like over 20 years. So I don't know. Maybe.
I'm sorry, Rona. Who was your favorite duo? Favorite acting duo?
See, this is hard because it depends. There are people I like in shows, and there's people I just like together.
Mm.
So right now, people I like together are Moss Bank.
Yes.
They were in Big Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, them two. I'm like, y'all will have me. Them two will have me to Lulu, like straight up.
Yeah.
Just like all the interactions, I'm like, are y'all?
So stop touching. If I see him online, I had him say stop touching each other. Quit. Quit.
The way they look at each other, I'm like, should I be watching this?
They confirmed it.
On the clinic for everybody else.
Someone
I'm like, they are so good.
Someone said they confirmed their relationship. I'm like, until I get a written statement,
Yeah.
it's by the company, and then an apology for what they've been doing to my nervous system, I do not believe it. They're just really close friends. Really touchy-feely friends.
The other two that I'm like just in love with because I'm in love with the show, Yin War. I watched Love Mechanics.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Huh?
I know nothing about Love
It
Mechanics.
is so highly cinematography, great acting, great.
Did you see the first
It
one?
is good.
Did you see like it was like the first, like kind of like the beginning
The
one?
shorter one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a block.
I'm getting ready to watch it.
When I say that, I don't know, the growth that happened between everybody from the actors, everybody had growth. I was so proud. I was like, and when I watched the newest one, I was like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what, I think it was like 2 years. This is what 2 years can really do. When I can tell they were really working, from the director, the writer, everybody put in work. When I say that, I was so proud, because I'm just like, you could see the growth. It was so beautiful.
I got a lot of hot.
It was really good.
Do you have to watch? That's what's giving me pause, because I did realize that Love Mechanics was like a continuation of something else. Do I need to watch the first thing?
No, not unless you want to like see the growth. It's just like a shorter version, but also it has like a spinoff of a side couple that didn't even get their shine in the newest Love Mechanics. So I mean, you can if you want to, but I mean, I did because I didn't know about the newest one, so I like kind of started from that one and then came on there. Who was your other one, Ronnie? Your other couple?
So Moss Bank, Again War, and then right now, because I'm watching everything they're in, Gemini 4th from My School President.
I haven't watched that.
The two of them, they're so adorable. Like, My School President, highly recommend. Every episode gets better than the last one, and like good communication. Like, for these high schoolers in this show, they have great communication.
Yeah.
But like, I watched the interview that they were just on, and I was like, I'm cracking up at these two. Like, they're just adorable together.
No one said the ones I'm into too. I'm in Tainu. So Tainu's one. And then First Scowl from the Eclipse. Those are my babies. They're so cute. And they have 2 series coming up this year. Only Friends. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one with 4th and Gemini is coming soon next month.
Moonlight Chicken?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moonlight Chicken, I will say, is directed by Piaf, who also directed Tale of a Thousand Stars and Bad Buddy. So I'm like, I know it's about to be good. Because he only produces a really good show.
The trailer is confusing.
I didn't watch it.
Get it. I don't get the trailer, which is fine. I hate when trailers basically tell you the entire story and it's like, what's the point? I know what's going to happen. That was a great 1-minute movie, but it's like I'm like the whole time I was like, what? And then not only Friends was the same way, but it still looked interesting. Like, I don't know what's going on. This is really dramatic. Like, who's who? I'm excited for Neo because kid's been killing me. He is so funny to me. He needs to shine himself. Like after Eclipse, he was okay in Eclipse. Vice versa, I loved him in Vice Versa, and now Sky, I don't know when everything was shot, like what order, but Fish in the Sky, he is MVP for me. He is cracking me up in this show. He needs his own story. He needs to be main in a story because he is so good.
Well, he was also in he's a side character, but in Tomilet Chong, what's the one? Gal was in that one, but it was Tomilet something. That was my show. The Mama 8. The Mama, look, that was like one of
the Mama I love.
Yeah, because she stood up for her child.
I got to end of that, and I'm like, you knew the whole time, and you just been there.
I was mad at the fact that, like, it was into that, like, he was so, like, I hate it because he was, like, at the end, he was like, why would I, like, to his friends, like, why would I judge you? Like, why would you think I'm that type of person? But literally every episode, you showed us that you were this type of person. You were so, like, I felt so bad for the friends because they had to hide it for how many years? Like, y'all should have been moved out. There's no way. Like, they wouldn't even have a friend like that. It's just so surprising to me because I'm just like, why would you want to have a friend like that? Like, I don't know.
What's it called?
Tom, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Shanlati. And it's the name of the two, like, lead characters.
Oh. So, like, Kim Porsche or Joint Type or something like that.
We were, I don't know, JJ, if we were talking about Together earlier. Have you seen Together?
That's a music video. But hey, it got me into Scrub. I listen to Scrub now, so there's that. They saw two good-looking dudes, and they were like, well, let's put them in a show together with no plot. And I watched it. I don't have to watch it again.
I want to say something, but I'm like so nervous.
No chemistry.
Okay, I'm gonna say something, but okay. So this is no shade. Am I the only one that felt like he really didn't want to kiss him? Like, am I the only one that felt that way? Like, he hated that kiss, or like it was forced?
Who win?
Yes.
Right.
And I think what's so crazy is you see them off that show. They have a very, like, touchy-feely friendship.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fan service. I think they are actually, like, buddy friends with each other. So it was weird to me that they didn't seem comfortable ever on the show. So I was like, was this the first time they met each other doing this show? Or...
Because some of the
You
stuff
see
I'm
Fran.
saying, they don't look like they like each other.
I think Bright just has like a resting. I
I
think Bright is more.
Your coworker vibes.
Bright just has like a resting face. I think that's what it is. I don't know. I think Bright. He even said like he's never. I just seen an interview with him. He's like, yeah, I've never been mad. He said he's like a really chill person. So I don't know, but I
have a video that said I stayed for Bright because I loved him.
I don't know. I was just disappointed in that. I think it was just kind of one of those things where it's just like, as an actor, like if you have to kiss another of the same sex, I just feel like you have to do that. Like I don't know. I mean, it's just because he was uncomfortable, I was uncomfortable because I was instantly like, well, I don't know if I want to. It was I don't know. It was just they said that.
I guess for me, the story itself, just from the beginning, didn't make any sense. I feel like it was one of those things that it's the plot. Like, you couldn't just tell Green that you don't like him.
That was Green was my favorite character.
I do not like you. And then the show would have been done in 5 minutes and we wouldn't have to sit through hours of this.
Green was my favorite character. That was my boo.
Green was okay, but he was annoying, but it's like all you had to do was say, I don't like you. And then we wouldn't have had...
But then his character was also struggling with if he even likes dudes. Because he was just like, the whole time he was just like, yeah, he was like still into women. Like I feel like he was like really denying it until he started having, I think it was like daydreams or something like that. And
he could be bi, which is fine, but like that's why I kind of say they kept just coming up with stuff and throwing it out there. Because it's like, okay, all right, you decided that SWAT is going to be the person that's going to help you convince Green that you're in a relationship, but he doesn't want to be involved. He's never wanted to be involved. But then he's also been in love with you for over a year because you stepped on his foot at a concert. Like I was like, what? And then his like girl best friend shows up, and you're pissed because he's friends with a girl, but you don't like him. Like you've been saying, you don't like him like that. And then your brother, who I wanted to fight.
That's my boo. That's my boo.
I do love Top Tap.
That's my boo. Top is my boo.
All of a sudden, he's dictating everybody. Put the tape down the floor. I was like, sir, you have to go to a hotel. You can't stay here.
That was my favorite side couple, though. I loved their chemistry. Mike and Top. I feel like their chemistry was really nice. It sucks that something happened behind the scenes. I don't know that. But in like their series, every series they've been in, I really enjoyed the chemistry.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just the story. Like every single episode, they kept adding something random, and it didn't make sense. I'm like, did you guys just come up with this today? Like you came up with this week, and then you just threw it out there. Like I feel like there was a different story, and someone got pissed. And they, like, took all the scripts. And so they had to just make stuff up. Because it made no sense.
I think they both, like, because it's been a minute, but I think they both had, like, a female come in and, like, they got jealous of the other. I don't know. It was.
And then, like, Drake's character pissed me off.
Oh, my gosh, yes. I skipped.
Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? I hate it.
He didn't know either.
A hater of Drake.
Drake is cool.
Episode for a couple series for a really long time. I was like, I can't stand this man. And it's not him. It's just he played those characters so well.
I was like, yeah, Drake is cool. Drake is cool.
And now I'm like, he needs his own series. He deserves his own series because I've been hating him for like 2 series straight. Him in that one and in Bad Buddy. Like, he needs something to where I know he's in something else, but I haven't watched it yet. It's like he needs. But yeah, go ahead.
A non-BL, there's a gay couple in the show that I recommend. Is The Player. It's a GMM show. It's a drama. It's so complicated. Highly recommend. Drake is in it, and I was so entertained this entire time because it's basically about this guy who's a player. He's often a womanizer. His dad passes away. His dad's wife and her daughter run a brothel. But the dad leaves the son, like his ex-wife, his son's mom's house, to the stepdaughter, and she's manipulating him to basically say, oh, you have to break up this politician and his girlfriend so I can be with the politician in order for me to give you the house. Come to find out the politician gay and has a male lover. It's so complicated. And then there's a mystery of a girl going missing because she was prostituted out.
Oh my gosh.
She prostituted out. I was hooked in the entire show.
Messy.
Well,
it was like this. Recommend.
I was gonna say it's I know we were talking about a lot of Thai BLs, but like, I remember like a few weeks ago on my Twitter I had asked, and someone kind of explained, I don't know why they said it, but they were like basically saying like Thai BLs are like they're always depressing, Chinese BLs don't make any sense, and then Japanese BLs are only like those scenes. So I'm interested because I only seen 2 Japanese BLs so far, and they didn't have any scenes like that. But I'm curious to know for you guys, like, what, like, so far has been, like, your most, like, loved series? Like, where has it come from? Like, is it Japanese, Chinese, or Thai BLs?
Mine's Japanese. My favorite of all time is Old Fashioned Cupcake.
Oh, I've seen that.
Mostly by My Beautiful Man. I just really like the cinematography of their stuff. And, like you said, you're not going to get as spicy as some of the Thai ones, but I don't think you need it because the storytelling is really good. And I tend to read a lot of the manga, however you pronounce it. So I like to see the adaptation of the comic to the show.
You know we're getting a season 2 of My Beautiful Man, right?
I know, and the movie, so I'm quite excited.
I'm you know, I got my issues with that, but it's okay. Ronnie, what about you?
Mine would be Thailand. But what my favorite series is, it will have to be either Bad Buddy or Not Me. That's like my favorite.
Mm.
And that's hard because that can change at any one given day. Just because I will say on any given day, Bad Buddy, mainly because episode 5 lives rent free in my head all the time. Just because of how good it was and how it gave us so much. Yeah, I would say Thailand is my favorite. That's where my favorite has come. And like the shows I watch, while some of them are spicy, I'm like, the ones I love don't always have spice in them.
Right.
Right? It may be like an illusion to it, but it's not like you're in the act.
Yeah, fade to black. I don't mind that. Same. I'm only focused on talent. Kind of, we were talking earlier about K-pop. There's so much. I'm just gonna focus on Thailand for right now. I've watched a couple of other stuff like My Truth, My Love. I didn't realize that wasn't Thai until I was like listening, like, that doesn't sound the same. Like, that sounds like a different language. And then the K ones, the Roommates,
Mm-hmm.
and the one that was exclusively on YouTube, Cocoa Milkshake.
I love that one.
That was
I just watched that one.
Yes, it's so
so
good.
cute.
Yes.
So cute. But yeah, the Thai ones have been my favorites, and the ones that I typically stick with. And then Kim Porsche, sorry if you heard my dog. It has my heart a lot. And then Bad Buddy and Not Me, and to each the reason the reasons I love all of them are so different. But I'm kind of with you. Bad Buddy doesn't need spice. They didn't even have that many like romantic scenes. Like I think maybe but the story was so good they didn't need it. And that lets you know, like, you don't need it. If you give a good story, you can do without that stuff. And the acting is on point. You can do without all of it. It's just interesting that couldn't translate in together. it's like which should have been the first. I think it was, and I don't know this for sure. I think I just heard it on TikTok that was like the first BL that GMMTV did. Maybe? No,
it was the first.
Together was the first one.
It probably wasn't the first, but it was definitely one that really like kind of went really crazy. Yeah, because of Bright Wind. Bright Wind. So yeah, I think it's because of that. Because when I first got into BLs, everyone was talking about Bright Wind. They're like Bright Wind, and so yeah.
But why? I will always ask the question when someone's
what people see. Like, if it's your first one, you have a weird attachment to it. So if all these people got into it at the same time, and that was their first one, like, there are people that are defending certain shows to the death that I'm like, why? It was my first one. Oh, okay.
Kim Porsche, my first one, so all of it I have a special place in my heart, but I could sit down and I could pick it apart, because there's certain aspects of it that if they just did this or did that, it would have been better for me. It was right there, and then there were certain things that they did throughout the series that I wish that they didn't, because
the first thing we got, I was like, huh?
I was like, the first scene right out the gate when Ken shot that dude, I was like, okay, so this is what we're on to. And then they move on to his brother, who just all he does all day is watch dramas.
That's my boo. That's my boo. That's my boo.
It didn't make any sense. I'm like, I love him too, but it's like, you're telling me that he was kidnapped, probably assaulted as a child, and now he's lost some screws. I need to see him be that crazy. Like, I need them to, like, find him doing, like, the craziest things at all times. I need to see that. Not him just holed up in the tower watching BLs, making everybody else watch porn or whatever.
I'm gonna say, Porsche, the one who made him watch that. Yeah, that's Porsche's fault. The baby was innocent.
Watching Bad and Crazy. Like, I was like, oh, he's watching Bad and Crazy on there. Like, I figured it out. You can see.
Right, and Porsche was bored, so he was like, let's watch something else. Oh my gosh. Don't expose my baby to that.
I needed them to, like, find him in the middle of a busy street naked. Like, doing, like, I just needed him to be that, insane person.
Well, I get it, because,
one of my favorite scenes
what is it?
from Cancun had to be Vegas shows up to dinner and out of nowhere with that man.
That's my favorite thing. Oh my god.
Did not see it coming.
But that's the type of behavior I needed him to do. And like with Ken, I felt they cut his legs completely from underneath him when he kind of fell in love with Porsche. Like, I get it that romance affected him, but when you show me him at the beginning and he's this impulsive psychopath, and then he turns into this big baby puppy dog, like the scene where Porsche is they've told him who's killed his parents. I'm trying not to spoil it. And they show up there, and he's all like, and he decides not to do anything about it. He's like, that's a good decision. I'm like, I mean, that's fine, but there was just something about it that just felt like, this is not the man that I fell in love with. It's like, I don't know what it was. Like, I guess for me, I was like, yeah, of course doesn't need to go kill him, but I needed him to be like, if you don't want to kill him, that's fine. But if you want to, I'll be right here. We're going to kill him. We hide the body. Like, I needed that sort of sociopathic energy that he had on that first episode to stay there, and it didn't. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah. You're also having an example of like that was your first one, but you're able to still see like the faults or just like in the character versus like people that are just kind of delulu and like, oh, well, it was my first one, so it was like the best one. And it's like, no, not necessarily, because my first one was Color Rush. And listen, I could pick that apart too, man. Listen, there was a lot of been there. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I think it's just like fans have to understand sometimes, it's okay if you want to just say, no, the actress was nice looking and you was just really in it for that. Or because you just enjoyed their chemistry instead of like the story itself. Because some stories, it don't make no sense. And then, I be trying to defend Love in the Air story itself, like the plot. But I'm going to be honest with you, if it don't have one, it's okay. Because the actors did the best they could.
They did what they could.
Love in the Air, I think about it as two separate parts.
Yes.
Because you have Rain Payu.
Mm-hmm.
That is all fluff. Like, what? That's it.
Well, apparently there's some subtext in that content.
It is life-changing.
However, for Pie and Sky,
that was, yeah.
I was all in for that one.
But
there's some stuff here.
It is, and I was disappointed that it felt rushed when we got introduced to his ex. Because it felt like we didn't get enough, I don't want to see all that, but it's just that I felt like they kind of rushed that part of it. They had to lead up to it. And then, the last episode, they were like, yeah, we're going to put this in one episode. I felt like that was a little rushed for that. You didn't think so?
Yeah.
So, also, I read it. So, I read the book. And their story is actually good, and you do spend more time seeing everything from Pie actually winning over Sky, because I was like, alright, he just seemed like a little stalker a little bit at the beginning, just like he's showing up
He was
everywhere Sky is, but you see oh, he's actually been trying to do this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see the family, and they see the family love Sky. You see the family loving on Sky.
Yeah.
You see all of that in the book, and then with the ex, when I got there, I was like, oh, ooh, I loved having more time just to sit with that.
right.
And be like, all right, this why. And they shouldn't have stopped him.
That's what when I said I was mad. I said, why are you stopping this man? He literally whipped off his eyebrow as he should. Keep it going. Let's go. Excuse me, people, you gotta go. Because listen, he the one who stopped him, and I was so mad because I'm like, excuse you, sir. He was busy doing something.
I don't know. They did that actor dirty with that voice, though. I'm like, surely this is not his real voice. And I think someone said, no, it's not. I was like, well, then why did they do that? Because I can't hear anything else. He sounded ridiculous. I hated that. It was so horrible. He was a good-looking guy, and then he started speaking. I was like, please stop. You fell in love with this man? I was like, I get you were 15, but, really? Really?
The other thing is, production-wise, sound production in that show.
Oh, my gosh. The special.
I need y'all to get some better mics.
They really hear it so much in the
me
series,
mine.
but with the special, I'm like, what are they doing? Everything is the fabric is just rubbing up on that. Where's the boom mic?
I think it's me mine because even in Don't Say No, I remember it was stuff like that with the mic. I'm like, hello? Because the editor had to approve this, so I'm just confused. How y'all ain't gonna fix this? It's okay though, I guess, But
reshoot that scene,
But I feel okay, I'll just ask y'all then. Who do you think had for you guys? I feel like I was gonna say Bad Bunny, but who do you guys feel had the best kissing scene? The best kissing scene you've seen so far in these series? Because I'm gonna say this, they're not even one that I'm like, okay, da da da. But I feel the actor's name, Boss and Noel. I'm sorry, like their kids. That was like the first kiss. And I'm like, oh, okay, y'all did that too.
It took me out of the scene a little bit because I don't know when they shot it, but my whole thought was like, we're still in COVID times. Why is your tongue in this man's mouth? that was like, for me, I was like, that's because like when you watch behind the scenes, they're still wearing masks. You can tell they shot this during COVID.
She really talking about COVID.
It took me out of the scene because like that's kind of irresponsible. It's like, but it was. I mean, it was nice. I think the reason why like Bad Buddy sort of sticks out the rooftop scene is because of the build up to that. Like you saw it coming in Love in the Air. Like it was like, yeah, of course. But it was the build up in Bad Buddy that was like, yes, finally. And then the immediate letdown and Tommy walked away. I was like, where are you going? I was like, this is like...
I can analyze that scene.
Lord.
I could write a dissertation on that one scene. Because, one, it was the build-up. Like, that kiss was great. One, because it was the build-up. It wasn't one-sided. So it wasn't just Pat going in for the kiss. It was like, I went initially, then Pran was like, no, I want this.
Yeah.
And then the reaction wasn't a letdown for me because it was, they just were seeing, okay, we both want this, but from two different perspectives.
Yeah. Pat
I
was
was like, oh, I want this if I could have it. And then Fran was just like, oh, crap. What does this mean now?
I was thinking with Pran, I was like, we can't have this because of our families. And Pat was like, who cares about our families? You saw that in that moment, like, we can't do this. There was no point because we can't do this.
But he already crossed the line. But yeah.
But they wanted it. It was just like, I want it, let's do it. And I was like, we can't though.
Oh, we can't.
What about you,
Is our
JJ?
criteria just our favorite kissing scene, or like who had the best chemistry?
What'd you the best kissing scene? Or the best chemistry? That's a good question too.
Oh, let me pull up my notes.
Oh my gosh.
I think my
I'm like, I see, what have I watched?
I think my favorite kissing scene, and I think I'm gonna preface it. I'm gonna give it a qualifier because it is my favorite BL, and it's a Japanese one, and it is one of the only kissing scenes in it. But Old Fashioned Cupcake.
Yes.
Because they're older, and that kiss was so
Yeah.
desperate.
Yes.
That's my favorite.
That was like such an intense scene, and I'm not even mad that or upset that was the only kissing scene we got because it just felt so. Everything that show was so good. Like I really hope we get a season 2. The actors did such a great job, and I don't know. It's like I feel like if people want to start Japanese BLs, that's like a really good start because it's so
It's a
cute.
good starter.
It
I haven't
is.
seen any of them yet.
My only Japanese one that I watched was Cherry Magic.
I've seen that. They're remaking it with Tainu.
And that was cute. Yeah.
I'm curious to see how they're gonna do it though.
I'm gonna go back and say it's out of left field, but when I think about it, I really loved it because it was unexpected, but it was very satisfying. In Choco Milkshake, when Milk came back, was like, what are you doing here? And immediately she went up and kissed him. I loved that because you didn't expect it from him.
When I say those actors did their job, like I really thought it was a cat and a dog. I said everybody just did, like, it was 4 characters, but all those 4 characters, those actors did their job, and I really hope we get a season 2 because they're back for like 50 days or whatever. So I need to see that in 50 days because we deserve a season 2. That was beautiful.
Because I think too, because of the K dramas that I have seen, which very few of them I've seen, that seemed really like, and maybe it's because they're an independent production, it didn't fit the formula of the K-drama things that I've seen. Like, it didn't seem like that was something that a K-drama would normally have. You would not have that moment.
Well, have you
It made
seen?
it wrong, but it just.
Have you heard of Error Seminar? Was it Seminar Error?
Yeah.
Semantic error.
Yeah.
What you said. I watched that one after the fact. But their kiss made more sense to the way I've seen K-dramas operate. Because you did have that first initial, like, surprise, open eye, smushed face kiss. And then they did a real one. I was like, that makes sense. This one was just, like, out of nowhere. There was no, like, build up. It was just, I didn't know what he was going to say when he showed up. And then he didn't say anything.
Right, he just went in for the kiss. He was like, I came here for a reason.
I'm going to say, in 2022, there was one thing that deserved an award, or one type of thing that deserved an award. Rooftops and balconies deserved awards in 2022. Because so many, like, special moments happened on a rooftop or a balcony.
Yep. They got their shots
We
in.
won, too. Yeah, Not Me. His first kiss was on the rooftop. Bad Bunny on the rooftop.
You know, I just want to say, Not Me OST is so amazing. That's like the first OST that I looked up and I'm like, yes, every song is hitting.
Okay, and I just realized this because I have a YouTube channel. I'm not active on it anymore, but I was subscribed to a music site called Epidemic Sound. Every single song that GMMT uses is from that website.
Ooh.
And it clicked watching, oh crap, I can't remember which one. I can't remember the show. But one of the songs on there, I know that song because I've had that song in my video before. It's like a $15 subscription a month. And it's copyright free music, so you don't get your stuff flagged. And when I realized that that's what that music is from, I was like, y'all are cutting corners. And like, it does.
It makes sense.
Like I said, I sit and listen to that. I'm not subscribed anymore because I'm not active on my channel anymore. But every song is really good on there because they're real musicians. This is just a platform that they put their music on because a lot of them aren't signed artists. So they put their music on there. Like you'll hear it on Spotify and that too. So a lot of the songs are really good on there. So. But yeah, because I was Shazamming every single song on Not Me. Like, what is this? What is this? I love this. This is amazing. Like, every last one of them. But yeah.
I will say, I just found the song on like YouTube and all the streaming stuff that was in the van scene when they got let go of Not Me. And the second I heard the start, I was like, I was brought back to that moment and how powerful that was because you didn't know what was going to happen.
Same.
To them, and then it's like, they're freed, and I was like...
That felt a little anticlimactic, though. A little.
But it was based off a real thing.
Really?
Yeah, because there was I believe I read it was a reporter that had been, like, exposing all these things, was kidnapped in a van, and it was just about to disappeared. And this crowd of protesters and people got them to be free. Blocked the van and got them out. And I was like,
how did they find them? I had so many random questions that didn't make any sense. Like, how did they find them? How did they know they were there? Who took the initial picture? Like, I had so many questions, but in the van, I was dying. I was like, oh my God, they're going to kill someone about to die. I was so scared. But in my head, I was thinking, at least kill off that blonde one because we could do without him. But I was so scared.
I think
Kill off Graham.
people are talking. I'm still mad that we didn't get is it Graham? Was it Graham? It was Black and who was yeah. I was mad. I was big mad because I'm just like, y'all can't lead up to that and then just Black just gonna leave. Like, no, we need a season 2. It's been like 2 years, right?
it's been 1 year.
It came out at the end of 2021 and finished at the beginning March of
2022.
Mm-hmm.
That's still long enough. We need a season 2.
Yeah. We gotta figure out the guy that they think is the bad guy. We gotta see, because I don't think he's the bad guy. I know they have a
Todd,
scene
oh,
with
yeah.
Dan, and he met that older gentleman who seems to be running something behind the scenes. But, like, I can't remember his name, the main dude that they were fighting against and trying to destroy his business. I feel like he wasn't the bad guy because, like, in the private moments, usually that's when the villain reveals things, right, to the audience. He never did that. He was always maintaining, let them protest. It's their right to protest. I was expecting in those moments for him to be like, we're going to kill them all or something. Like, he didn't seem to know anything about them being kidnapped, or I don't know. I feel like you're not the bad guy. And I don't know why they're trying to make us think you are, but I don't think you are. And I want to see where that goes.
So here's my thing. I don't know if he was the bad guy. I think what he represented was the bad guy.
Oh, okay. Well, he was supposed to run drugs out of his business or something.
But wasn't he part responsible for old boy's dad's death?
Yes.
What is it?
So I don't know. I just feel like we need a season 2 to clarify a lot of questions we have. I'm gonna be honest with you, Graham and old girl, I wasn't feeling it, but it's okay. You know what I mean? I personally feel like he could have been with somebody else, but it's okay. It's okay. It's my opinion.
That was unnecessary.
It was.
Unnecessary.
We could have skipped right over that, but it's okay. We got it anyway.
What was satisfying was, what is that? I'm gonna forget his name. When first character punched Dan, I was like, that's so satisfying.
When you're punched.
When Yo punched Dan, I was like, that is so satisfying.
My baby be going through it.
Deserved.
My baby be going through it. First, always gets like the most depressing characters, or people have already spoiled that his characters usually die. I'm just like, what is going on? First, why are you taking these characters, baby? I don't know what's going on.
I thought they were going to kill him off, but they didn't do it. I loved Yoke though. Like I was saying before, Eclipse, Ack was okay. He was annoying.
No, my baby.
I'm sorry. That kid bothered me. I'm like, you spend all this time trying to be perfect. You're the one that's causing all the chaos. You're causing all the chaos.
I think the weirdest twist was not the principal, but like the main dude, like the head guy, him being in the relationship with Ai's uncle. That was just like, I feel like they didn't even lead up to that enough, or like it wasn't clear enough. I feel like when they it was more of a shock. It was more of like a surprise, shocking. Yeah, I don't know. I was maybe they could have spent more time on it. I don't know. I think that was just kind of like, okay, we could have done without, but maybe it was in the novel. I don't read the novels to know, but so I just go by the series. But yeah, it was interesting. But I still love the Eclipse. I think we're getting a season 2, right?
A lot of BLs start as novels.
Okay.
Or like
I don't know what he needs. I'll be right back.
Okay.
My dog is losing his mind. I gotta figure out what's wrong with him. Hold on.
So most of them are based on novels, and then the Japanese ones are based on mangas.
A lot of them.
Okay.
I see with the Korean ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I really like I know y'all kind of mentioned Taiwan, but like history, love them. I know a lot of people didn't care for, what's the other one? History 5 right now. I love it. Loved it from the beginning. Everybody's like, oh my god, it's stupid. No,
I haven't seen them.
Every Wednesday for it to get updated so I can watch it. I really like it.
Sorry.
Taiwan, I've only watched My Two Pure Love. And then I watched both seasons of Papa and Daddy.
Oh.
I watched both seasons of those. Basically, gay couple raising their child and trying to figure out life.
Oh.
But it was, and I would say the end of last episode of season 2, there's a wedding scene. And I just started bawling during the wedding. JJ, when the mom shows up, I was fine. Mom shows up, I burst into tears, and I'm like, why did I just start crying? Why did I just start crying? But I'm like, and not just like crying, I'm like ugly crying. Like, why?
JJ, I know you've seen Japanese BLs. Have you seen Chinese BLs?
Yes. So, which type are we talking? Like Addicted that got cut off, 16 episodes in, or
Oh, have you seen The Untamed?
Have
you seen The Untamed?
Yeah.
Because I just finished that and I'm obsessed. But,
Yeah. I like The Untamed. I'm almost done. Like, it's 195 chapters in Addicted.
Oh.
I'm at 158.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
I can see the finish line with that one. So, I really like it. I feel like if some other country picked it up, like, I could see Taiwan picking it up and doing a good job with it, since I think out of most of the countries that we watch BLs out of, Taiwan is the only one that you can legally get married to a gay person. So,
Yeah.
I really like that.
It is, like, the censorship in that show, it was, like, I think what stressed me out the most is, like, because I know they're together. I don't care what nobody say. I know they're boyfriends. But it's just one of those things where we couldn't even get a handshake. We couldn't get a hug. We couldn't get even, like, to say, I like you. We had to get it through actions, which I get it. But I feel like that was just so extreme. That was, like, for my first BL that, like, we got nothing besides, like, what we really kind of thought. Or, like, what you guys read.
And then
Have you watched Advanced Bravely then? Have you watched Advanced Bravely?
Mm-mm.
It's another Chinese one. It's set, modern times, not in a fantasy world. Watch that one. Because it's also one that you have to pretend that they're in a relationship, but it's a little more obvious that they're in a relationship, even though he's using his sister as a shield. But they're in a relationship. It's good too. I really liked Advanced Bravely.
I hope that changes, because I was gonna talk to you guys real quick about like the shipping culture, because that was like one of the reasons why Yibo and Zhao, is that how you say his name? The two main characters in the Obtain, like why apparently it's like they can't even work together anymore, because that's how crazy the shipping culture in that Chinese got. Like it was wild. I'm still reading up on it. I don't know everything, but like they can't even work together no more, which hurts, because like they have such great chemistry and like they had like such a great friendship.
Same with the guys from Addicted, they're not to be seen, photographed together, nothing.
And it's like,
if you ever watch their behind the scenes stuff, you're like, oh, we was gonna get a different version of this.
and I that upsets me, because but it's like so different with Thai, because in Thai, like they really embrace the shipping culture. They like behind the scenes, like they go like the concerts and stuff. They're very much still like in that character. So I was gonna say, because I know, what is it? It's like Yin War. It's like that one series.
Yin War.
They say like, it really kind of explains a lot of what could happen if it goes too far. So it's like I haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
War Why? Ooh, that show.
I heard it's really
So
dark,
good.
and I haven't seen it yet. I heard it's really dark, but
So the way the show is four like mini series under one umbrella, and like each mini series is 5 episodes. So like the first 5 episodes was all about a ship couple that is secretly a real couple, but how one of the managers was basically like prostituting out one of the actors to try and get him on a network.
Okay. I've seen the trailer.
It's like,
It's heavy.
it's heavy and it's so good, and then I haven't finished it. I gotta watch the last 2 miniseries. But they say like the last 5 episodes, they start asking a series of questions, like poll questions, and one of the questions like, what would happen? Something like, how would you feel if we told you that all of these stories actually happened?
wow.
It's basically like the biggest call out to the industry of like, y'all doing some messed up stuff.
Okay. I think, have you guys seen The Lovely Writer? That one's kind of touches on that too, of
Yes.
like what happens behind the scenes. And once again, it's like, I don't know. I feel like when I ship people, like I really just ship the characters. I don't try to go into like the behind the scenes or anything like that. That's not my business. But it's like just so scary to see, especially in comparison to other countries, of how that affects the actors themselves and possibly their jobs, because like they don't get to work on different projects and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's just really scary, especially when I heard about the Untamed cast. I was like really disappointing too, because it's like it's not their fault. So I don't know. It's like they're low-key getting punished for like.
That's China.
it's funny because I heard like Thailand has shipping culture mostly with their BL actors, but like I heard the Philippines also has kind of a shipping culture, but with all of the actors, so like, and they don't call them ships, so to speak. But if you are a man and a woman and y'all do a movie together, that may become like your like film partner, and you do all of your stuff together.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
My
similar
dog
to
is
Ty.
angry about me.
So similar to Ty, because like if they're really paired together well, they usually do like projects together. So similar to that.
Yep, you do all of these things.
But then to me, if they have good chemistry, that's kind of also a good thing, because like you don't have to constantly like get to know another actor. You kind of just like know, hey, we worked together before. We kind of get to kind of go like that. I don't know. It's interesting.
I like that. I don't like the fan service of it, and I know that that's changing a little bit. So like, but it's just a little weird. Like, and I get the point of it. It's a part of the marketing of the show, right? To get you into the show. I feel like the ones that I feel did it in a way where it wasn't weird for me was the Kim Porsche cast. They
don't.
You can tell they're friends and they get along with each other. And you hope that they do, but they all get along with each other, but they're not falling all over each other and like doing all the hugging stuff that just makes it kind of weird and uncomfortable.
I mean,
to
I
watch.
feel like you could also see how sometimes it's like really forced with some actors, where it's just like, okay, we get it, like y'all like really told y'all to go in, but it's just, I don't know, like I feel like it could also, I don't know how, maybe because it's just like not me, but it's like I'm not used to seeing that, especially like with the growing up in America, like it wasn't really like pushed like that. Of like, it could be done natural. I feel like that's the thing. It could be done natural, and sometimes it's like 100, and like fans really like that. I'm just like, okay, everyone likes what they like, but I feel like sometimes it can affect the actor, because it's just like, what if they want to do that day? What if they want to be like that, to that person that day? Why do they have to like be in character all the time?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like it's in Western culture, but usually if they're doing that is because they really are together.
Or
like,
a contract, but it's like they know about it.
Yeah.
It's different for every country, because we were also talking about the citizenship in China and stuff like that. But yeah, it's different everywhere.
That's not good.
Yeah, we are a publicity couple for this movie.
Yeah.
We're doing.
And
Exactly.
I
It's everybody we're together because we have this movie coming out.
Yeah.
But then I think that's when the fans sometimes cross the line, because even I remember when I first got into BLs, my first official couple, they were like, yeah, Z and you were together. Like they confirmed it. And so like I like went to go look at the video they were talking about, and I'm like, when they said that, I didn't hear that come out their mouths. I think it was just, I don't know. I think
Well, they love each other and they care about each other. They didn't say they were dating. They're in a relationship. I'm like, they confirmed it. They confirmed it. And yeah, but it looks like a radio show that they're
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what you're talking about?
And I saw it, I'm like, I didn't hear anything.
The exact thing they've been saying since the beginning. They care about each other. What are you talking about? Yeah.
It's interesting. I was also gonna talk about the age gap that I was surprised to see a lot of okay, so I'm not gonna say which one, but it's like some pairing actors together, and I'm just confused. I think just because he's 18 and the other actor, I don't know how he's like in his like late 20s. I don't know. I feel like
So you just talk about Santa? You just gonna throw it out there?
no, I wasn't even talking about him. No, I wasn't even talking about him.
Since Earth is not that big of a gap.
Yeah, Earth is like 26. 26. I wasn't even talking about him, but I know about that age gap too. But it's another age gap where I'm just kind of like, and they ship it so much, and I'm just like, I think sometimes the age gap is just big, and I'm just like, okay. Like, I'm happy, like,
Like,
Fourth and Gemini are, like, right there.
Yeah, so Xenu are
Max
9 years apart.
Max
Max
is
now is like 10 years.
Who?
Jeff and Barcode are pretty far apart too.
Our 10 years. Jeff and Barcode are 10 years.
Maybe it's because my parents are like 8 years apart. It doesn't bother me. Maybe that's why. Like, because I'm in real life, you have those age gaps, and it doesn't bother me. I mean, obviously, if it was like 20 or something, like if I'm in my head, like when. Like, they were both children at the same time. Not necessarily the same development level, but at some point they were both children at the same time.
Yeah. So my thing is, Jeff Barcode, I'm like, yes, there's an age gap, but the funny thing is, Aitken and Porsche, we see them care about each other, but we don't see them do anything intimate.
And I was happy to see
Which I
that.
appreciate.
Yeah.
The cheek kiss, that was...
Right. The other thing is, Barcode's character, Porsche, was already supposed to be Gameplay, who Jeff was previously shipped with. But Gameplay had a scheduling conflict. So then Barcode became that person. Became person who plays Porsche. So it's like, alright.
I don't know who Gameplay is, but there's a spot open up if you want to go audition for it.
Go look at some of Gameplay's stuff. Honestly, I went back and watched all of his stuff with Jeff. I want to see him play Porsche. Like, that to me would have been. I really like Barcode. Don't misunderstand me, but I think we would have got a different level with Gameplay. I really like him. I think he's really good, and I say go watch his stuff and see. Like you said, you can try out since there is an opening over there at
There's
BOC.
an opening. There's an opening.
So there's that one. But the other thing I was going to say is, like, we don't shift a little bit. The thing is, we got so much about Santa Earth, like Kuhart, so much about their age gap. I'm like, their age gap ain't that big. And the only thing is, like, we don't talk about Max now. We don't talk about Xenu, who don't have a very large age gap.
How big is Max Nat? Max Nat?
Yeah,
10 years.
10 years. Yeah.
10 full years.
Both of them are like the same age.
Right? And I'm just like, we don't hear about them. We hear so much about Santa Earth. And I'm like, what? It's because Earth is an effeminate gay man?
I was about to say, I'm surprised because I really enjoyed that pairing. And I feel like Santa, he is very mature. Like, he takes on the mature roles, like, really well. I'm, like, surprised.
I'm making sure that I've got the right people. They're the ones in Until We Meet Again.
Oh,
No, the 12% one. It's the, what is it?
12. I haven't watched that one. But
Earth was in its own meeting.
Yeah.
okay, I thought so. All right.
But the other actor was in The Lovely Writer, Cal.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's like we have like the same names. It's like actors with the same names. It's like we got Cal's first. That was the only time I know. But
Lots of flukes. Like, there's like 2 different flukes.
Ohms. Yeah. And then 2 of
I
them.
think I have like a different nickname.
Huh?
I can see some people with like some different nicknames. I'm like, you ain't got another name? Like,
Fourth and Gemini were like
yeah,
surprising.
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cute. Fourth and Gemini. I don't know how to pronounce the
I
real
just
names.
watched. So I just watched they were on the Let's Talk BL podcast, and I just watched it, their interview, and Gemini nickname comes from his zodiac
Makes sense.
sign, and then fourth was born on I want to say it's like King Mama the Fourth's birthday, like 200th birthday, and that's how he got his nickname of Fourth.
It's like the ages of the BL like series kind of I kind of just sometimes want to put it in like the like K-pop like the different gens, and I feel like Fourth and Gemini are kind of like the fourth gen, like they're kind of, because a lot of people compare them with Taenu because Taenu's like older. First of all, my boobs are not that old, but because
I don't. They're not. Their name is not pulling their faces. I don't know Tainu. What are they?
So,
So-
Tainu, they did Dark Blue Kiss.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it.
But New was
They-
also
they're just chaotic together.
Yeah. but New was also in what's the one the
The
new
warp effect.
yeah, and that one is I just seen the first episode and the first part of the episode. I was like, okay.
The trailer and my brain broke a little bit, so I'm holding off because that's a lot.
It is, but it's good.
Is it? Someone
Yeah.
said I need to watch it. Like there's a lot going on and I'm confused. Which again is fine. I don't need to know what the plot in the trailer, but I'm like I'm gonna have to like take breaks. I feel like.
Tainu's
As confused as 609. I feel like it's not as confusing as 609. It's
Tainu's like they say it's like one of the pillars. Like people compare like they have like the 4 pillars of GMMTV. So it's Tainu, Brightwind, Off Gun,
an Earth mix.
Earth. I haven't seen Earth Mix series yet.
Because I was saying, Off Gun and Tainu started in GMM and like started having shows around the same time.
Okay.
Which was like 2017, 2018. They were like starting to do stuff in GMM. That's why they're like, these are the actors because they're both all in their late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, I think Gun is like the oldest. He's so cute. He's like the shortest.
No, Off is older. Off, I think, is 31.
Yeah, he just turned.
Oh.
Did he turn 31 or 32? One of them two numbers.
He might be 32.
Our third gen babies.
They hold up well because they look like small children. They look really young.
Off is like 32. That means Gun turned 30 this year.
Yeah, Gun is the short cutie who everyone loves. He has like the dimples. He's adorable.
Yeah, I know him because of Not Me.
I'm surprised you don't know Tainu. So they're also going to be in the new Cherry Magic. So they'll have a series coming up. So
I feel like every time I'm on, because TikTok is really the only place I'm getting recommendations for stuff, and I go off of what I see. I try not to get spoilers, but I go off of what I see from there and then kind of decide what I'm going to watch next based off of what other people are saying. And I haven't heard, I've heard like my 12% maybe like once. I haven't heard of the
Dark Blue Kiss.
blue at all.
Because that's older, yeah.
But it has the twins in there. Well, it has one of the twins. I was surprised when we have a pair of twins in GMMTV. AJ and JJ.
Uh-huh.
I was so shocked. I'm like, we got a pair of twins. But I don't even know. I think I can tell which one when they're together, but when they're not, I'm like lost.
No. So Dark Blue Kiss was 2019.
But they had a movie, right? It was like not the movie, but it was like kind of like a shorter version or like a quicker version of it, right? Or no, it was like their ship name. Oh wait, we can't hear you, JJ. Oh, okay.
I'm just talking like y'all can hear me. My husband is brought some food. It started from a regular show, like from 2016 or 2017. It was a
Yes, it was called
couple.
Kiss.
Yes, and they were just a side couple for like 2 or 3 seasons, and then we finally got Dark Blue Kiss because they were such a hit in this other random show.
But they had the their like parent name too, right? Remember, it was like the it's like their character's name or whatever. It was like a version of that I've seen as well. And then it was Dark Blue Kiss. I don't know. Maybe it was something different.
Because it was Kiss, then Kiss Me Again.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Then it was Dark Blue Kiss
Mm.
as that one. Because another show that did that, like, had a show with that focused on, like, heterosexual couple, or, like, the queer couple as a side couple, Together With Me,
I don't think I've seen
with Max Toll.
I didn't see
That was like the sequel spin-off of a show. If you haven't seen it, that was the second Max Toll show I watched.
I haven't seen any of
And they're called like the Godfathers of BL.
Yeah, someone said that.
I thought-
like the manner of death, right?
I thought Mew and
Yeah,
Golf.
yeah.
I thought Mew and Golf were like also part of like the like OGs of like kind of getting people into BLs. I enjoyed their chemistry though. Oh, my baby Mew is listen, my baby Mew, he could do that now. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, regardless, but you know what I mean? Because people were shipping Mew with Tool. I think that's the only reason I knew about Tool is because like they were shipping Mew with Tool.
Friends, yeah.
Yeah, so. But like, but Thorn Type, we're not gonna talk about Thorn Type, but the chemistry itself was.
I watch and edit all day long. I will not. I told myself the other day. I tried. I sat down. I was like, just go back. It has to get better. It just. It does. But I'm just like, I can't do it because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, sir, you're gay. like you've confirmed this. Like, why are you so hateful? I can't do it.
Well,
Like,
also it's a lot of triggers in that show as well. Like I like the first episode. It's so many triggers with that show, and it's not for everybody.
The character has redeemable qualities because Thorn, just the fact that he allowed Type to be insinuate that he sexually assaulted him, I'm like, are you serious? Like, and then I'm just like, and then the whole time, like, sir, stand up. He hates you. Get off the ground. Move out of this room. You don't need it. The only good thing about that show was Techno. He was the only good part of the show. And I was like, I would stay, but I can't just stay for Techno. Like,
that's always like to me the irritating part. Like I try to be there for like, the main characters, but a lot of time if their chemistry or like just the story is off, it's really hard for me to continue. But sometimes those side characters really save a show because you'd be like, all right, let me just tough it out for my babes. You know, every time I see them, I'm real happy. But it'd be like so short. And there's an upcoming series of a side couple a lot of people would love. What's his name? It's like I don't know his name. What's his name? But he was like, it's gonna be like a friend show. Not only friends, but it's like bed friends.
Friends, bed games.
Okay, what's his age? Let me look it up. Hold on.
I've seen the trailer for that. That looks cute. But that's their side character from a different show?
Yeah, that's what I heard. And so, like, they're going to be the main character in that one. So I was surprised because their chemistry so far, even in like, just the trailer itself, is really strong. So I'm hoping that... But I also want to say, I don't think every drama needs a side... Like, we don't need side characters for every drama. Like, I feel like sometimes you'd be like, okay. But can we focus on the main? Like, I feel like if the main characters have, like, a really strong... like chemistry or just like characteristics, I feel like that's enough. I feel like sometimes they'd be forcing those side characters.
Jim and Jimmy got a lot of contracts. They got pay a lot of people, but we need. Look,
and a lot of people just ain't working. You gotta think about it. There's a lot of like folks that just like they don't have anything this year.
Yeah.
That we know of.
So I caught the end. I followed Drake on TikTok, and I caught the end of his live the other day. And he said he was like, he has a YouTube channel. And he was like, saying, I'm getting back into my YouTube channel. I haven't been on it because I've been working, but now I have a lot of downtime. And the way I was like, oh, he has a lot of downtime, but you deserve to work. Like, why? And he was just saying it very matter of fact. But I was like, what? Like, they're not going to use you in any other show? Like, anything?
I also recognize that, like, at least for, like, their younger artists at GMM, many of them are, like, in college or have other jobs, too. That, like, freaking Mix is studying to be a vet. And, like, Jimmy's a doctor.
And Louis
like,
is studying to be a pilot. Like,
yeah. I think Up is getting his medical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that was crazy. Because when I got into Kim Porsche and I started to like get to know the actors themselves, and you realize these guys have total like complete lives outside of acting. That Western culture, that they don't do that. Like
they drop everything.
What you want to do, and if you do something else, it's still in the realm of entertainment, or you just completely leave the industry, never to be seen again. And like, Miles is like rich and owns companies, and he had all of that before he even was in.
Like, Miles is rich. Like,
that's why.
Rich.
Yeah.
Rich.
Right.
Yeah.
And that dude from Check Out,
Bible is a
airline
narcissist. Like, what?
What do you say, JJ?
oh, the dude from Shahab from Checkout, he's a flight attendant.
Uh-huh.
At first I thought, oh, he's filming some show. Nah, I took a deep
I'm
dive
sorry.
on his Instagram. He's been a pilot. I mean, he's been a flight attendant since like 2017.
Wow.
For
I'm sorry, if I saw him on my flight, I'll be a little mesmerized.
Well, it
I would,
seems
I'm like-
this company's thing. They hire nothing but actresses, actors, and models. So even the women are drop dead gorgeous. The men are gorgeous. They're all actors and actresses, and they just look amazing. And I'm like, I'm gonna fly Air Asia and see, you know, who I see.
Yeah.
But check out.
I love Checkout. I know a lot of people don't like it. I thought it was just a lot of.
Here's my thing.
It looks like it could be cute.
Here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. The music in Checkout was great. Like, there were so many, like, good songs that are, like, on my playlist right now that came from Checkout. I was like, and they weren't all time. Like, a lot of them were, like, in English, too. And I was like, all right, this is really good. What was that child's name? It was Dal Nua. His whining irked me.
But
That was the thing that...
so was the level? Was it Fiat level whining? Was it Kua level whining? Like,
Fiat he has his reasons. My baby been through a lot. Please leave him alone.
he was traumatized as a child by his psycho mama, but what? Stop crying. Stop crying.
Different because they were adults and he had been cheated on, you know, so he felt some kind of way.
But he was whining every time he turned around. You didn't text me. I'm a whine right
You had
now.
no dirty drawers on.
What?
She got mad.
What happened?
But I will say, it's like that, the spicy scene in The Office,
Ooh.
that one, I was like, on the desk, but like, Button just left, like,
But do we need a second season? Do we need a special?
do we need a movie?
I was gonna say that too. Not every series need a second season or like or a movie. Like I feel like sometimes we just kind of like, all right, we have fun.
Because like, they did a special episode thing already. I'm like, do we need a movie? Like, I don't think we need a movie.
I appreciate that these Thai dramas kind of tie everything up in a nice little bow for the most part, to where you can walk away and not have too many questions. I know we've talked about a couple where we're like, we want to know what happens next, like in Don't Say No and Not Me, but they still wrapped it up enough to where it's okay.
Yeah.
Those characters can just live on in fanfic if they need to. like use your imagination, because we don't need it. But it is nice that you can watch these 8 to 10 episodes and walk away feeling like it's fine. Because American television will leave you just hanging, especially when it gets canceled and then you're just lost, standing in the middle of the ocean.
I would, and it'd be like, I invested 22 hours of my life to this show.
And it got canceled. No, I'm writing the writers. I'm not going through that no more.
I don't do it anymore. They canceled a couple shows that I was like, I'm not even going to pretend to watch it because it's going to get canceled. And then it got canceled. So I'm like,
ones that they don't need to keep. Like,
yeah.
I feel like there's just some that we really could have got a second season of, and y'all fumbled the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was gonna also say, because we're talking about GMMTV, I feel like they're like, no, they're not. But like they're like the main ones where it's like they love those guitar scenes. Like that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's all I'm gonna say. Okay? You know?
Here's my thing. GMM be trying to make everybody a singer, and I'm like, everybody ain't meant to be singing.
And it's okay. And it's okay, because sometimes we just gotta,
Let's stay with the singing, because if they start letting them dance After I watched them trying to like make I don't want to see that either.
Well, then also, like, why do we need? Okay, this just because, like, why do we need the concerts? I think is just my thing. It's like it's cute, but I just feel like sometimes did we need the concert?
I don't think it's for us. Like all of that because they get a sponsor to pay for it.
Oh.
They have like if you buy so many, then you have a shot at getting like a one-on-one picture with them. Like it's all just marketing, and it just churns money for them. Because
okay.
at the end of the day, like I go to a lot of concerts all around the country. You know, they're not making money on ticket sales. They make like a certain amount of money. They get their money from the merch. So I don't know if like the actors are like, okay, we got to do this many fan meets so that we can get a cut of this money to get, you know, I don't know if that's how their stuff is laid out, but it could be.
Okay.
GMMTV puts all of their shows on YouTube, which is for free, and then they get like 4 or 5 companies to sponsor their stuff, and the majority of those sponsors want product placement. They don't just want to be a little commercial. So I'm sure they don't get like when it looks like Thai BLs is a big industry, but I wonder how much money the actors are actually taking home.
I think that's why they do a lot of like modeling and like different stuff like that. I think that's why they venture out. But I also didn't know, someone had told me that some of them are also trained to be K-pop idols. So like they kind of train for that as well. Because I didn't know Noel, he trained to be that. So it was really
he's half Korean, right?
Oh.
Yeah, he's half Korean.
Yeah.
Because I heard him speak Korean. He speaks a little bit of English. It's always interesting when I hear, like, unless they're fluent, it's always interesting to hear. Because, like, same for me, like, when I try to speak Thai, it literally feels like something's stuck in my throat. And so, like, when I hear Thai actors try to speak English, sometimes it feels like it sounds like the same. There's, like, it's literally so hard to say. So, Thai is very hard, but...
And it's always a shocker, like, that ones who are fluent in English, when they flip into English, whether it's in an interview or in a show.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm thinking about this one scene in Fish Up on the Sky.
Yeah.
They're after touching English, and then you see,
Pooin?
I'm about to...
Pooin is how I pronounce it. Like,
Which one? No. Alright, so Pooin speaks English. So Pon starts it, and you hear him like, okay, you can tell this is not his native language. You're sure that Pooin goes and he's just like flowing like water, and I'm just like,
he's straight up
who's fluent?
Well, Fourth and Gemini are quite fluent. Fourth and Gemini are quite fluent, right? I've heard them speak English.
Gemini is more fluent than Fourth is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That surprised me.
Gemini is more fluent than Fourth is.
Okay.
And who else? I know there are like a couple of actors, like in Not Me, the actor that plays Dan Gwaine, he's American.
Yeah, I was like he's half. Yeah, I think he's half American. And first of all, that man right there, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Though, because like that's the only thing I've seen him in.
He's
and
in side characters.
In context?
He's been side characters.
Enchante.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That train wreck of a show.
He's gonna be his first main role. Him and somebody else is gonna be, I think, coming out this year. I think like during the announcement of GMMTV, I think he finally is getting a lead role. So yeah.
I'm surprised that him and First don't have.
Because First is busy with Cal. Don't do that. First he got his boo.
But you have to admit, Yoke and Dan.
They have something.
That was cute.
Perfect. No, stop it.
That was cute. You know what I mean?
Bias is preventing you from seeing.
It is. But also Up. I don't know if you guys know Up from The Lovely Writer, but he surprised me that he was fluent.
I
didn't know.
When I say, I'm like, okay, he's like, he doesn't get to practice as much because he doesn't really have anyone to speak English with, but he sounds good. But he's yeah, he's getting his documents.
Porsche Bible, I think he had to learn Thai, didn't he? Or he's been learning Thai.
It's
So
really,
like,
Bible fluent.
anytime he speaks English in the show, it's ad-libbed. And then that's his language. Because I saw a little bit of behind the scenes of Kim Porsche where they kept having to stop because he was pronouncing things incorrectly.
wait, who?
Bible.
Oh yeah. That's my boo. Wait. Oh yeah. But I thought his brother was. No, I seen an interview. I think they're both dating. But like Bible isn't from America. He just.
They went to an international school and they only spoke English at home as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's okay though. He
Even
did.
in like YouTube clips and like clips I've seen of him with his brother, they're speaking English.
Yeah.
Sound
Y'all watch his Wander Day?
Huh?
Y'all watch his Wander Day special? So BOC has their little specials where you wake up at the house with the actor and then you follow them through their day. So his is all in English. So I was like, oh, okay. But I've watched every single one of them. But yeah, his was in English and he went and he hung out with his brother. So
I found it weird. They don't look much alike, but their voices are identical. It's so weird. It's like they. At first, I was like, "Is he dubbed? Did he dub his brother? Because his brother only speaks Thai or something?" And they're like, "No, he's speaking English too. They sound the same. It's weird."
So like Perth,
Yeah.
who was also in Ken Porsche and
His
Other
Thai.
stuff. Yeah.
speaks English.
Yeah. He's.
Because he's from Australia.
Yeah.
He said himself, his Thai is not very good.
When I say that shocked me and Cutie Pie when he's like, Australian? Where he come from? Hold on. Like, I was so shocked. I was like, not an Aussie. Like, what's happening? But he also teaches, or he used to, on his YouTube channel, he used to teach Thai, like help people learn Thai and stuff. So, yeah, but we wouldn't know the difference. We don't know the difference. But like the actual Thai people. But at least they're like trying. I feel like they shouldn't get criticized for that. Like, at least they're trying. Like, they know more than we do.
I mean, this is the market that they're going to get acting in. If you can, like, let's be honest, Western media only recently is starting to give Asian representation in film a chance, in television a chance. Like, they went where they knew they'd get some actual experience. So I'm not mad about it.
But like, I immediately knew Drake. Drake has to be like half American. I kind of like knew immediately with Drake. But he even says like he prefers Thailand over the U.S. I think he lived in L.A. Don't quote me on that, but he lived somewhere over there for a while. But he prefers Thailand. But he for some reason isn't like confident in his English either, even though he's like really good. But so is Top. Top is really good at English too. And yeah, there's a few of them that like are hidden English, but they don't get to speak it much. But I think Bible is like the first actor like really, I don't know, I feel like a lot of American audience really kind of gravitates toward him because he says like Bill used to help him with his Thai and like vice versa. But I don't know why about that. I mean, I was like, I just thought that was really cute. Yeah.
Well, speaking of vice versa, that show.
It's so good. Although I could critique the hell out of that one too, but it's so good.
One of my favorite things about the show was how each episode name was a color, and that color was prominently featured in the show.
That was cool.
I love that.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's
Part of it was just like, it's Jimmy C.
Jimmy C.
Oh, that little brat from Bad Buddy, the hot-headed one. Oh, I couldn't stand him. Ooh.
But
It's good.
you will love him and vice versa. Because I couldn't stand him in Bad Buddy either. I was like, he will not be forgiven. You do not out anyone. That is like absolutely no way. But yeah,
It was another series that did that. It was another
And then
series that did
that's where
that.
I kind of connected the dots. Again, this is kind of shows how much I'm paying attention because throughout the entire, all of vice versa, they kept referencing together. I'm like, why? Why do they keep referencing this horrible show?
You got a grudge against that show.
Company.
You got a grudge against Together.
Here's the thing about Together. Here's what I know about Together, right? GMM and BLs have been produced before Together, but Together was the first one to hit a more mainstream audience.
Skoy, Secret Crush on You?
I haven't watched that one.
I did like that.
You did or you didn't?
So, like, so I watched more of Why with Billy Singh
Mm-hmm.
first, and I was like, I need more of this couple. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
Then I watched Secret Crush on You, and I was like,
I'll be right back. You can do spoilers. I'll be right back.
I like this. This is interesting.
Let me look it up. Secret. I feel like I've.
I'm kind of intrigued.
Crush.
Also, why do they have to make Sang so, like, not attractive to be a nerd?
I think because I love Skoy. I think it is. I literally felt like I was looking at my 13-year-old self in that show. Like, you're just unattractive and fumbly, and everything you do is wrong in front of your crush. And I think that's why they had to make him so nerdy and just so over the top cringy.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it.
I like it.
Basically,
It's great.
I like it. Think of your 13-year-old self. You see your crush, you're absolutely obsessed with them.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be like, an actual crush or a celebrity crush where you have like the posters all over your wall and you're trying to find every little thing about them.
Yeah.
That is this character in Skoy.
Okay. It's do you guys have like like actors that you would like to see projects from this year? Like that you haven't really seen an announcement for, but you would like to see them come this year?
Jeff. Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff,
I
just
saw
Jeff.
an announcement for that project, but something else.
I think that will go through. I think that show will go through.
Okay. I don't anyway, okay, because I don't want to speak on it because I don't know and like I don't want to know. I just don't even care. It's just too much. It's okay.
The thing is, what was so disappointing, I feel like every community I joined, it starts off great. Everyone's having a good old time. We're all enjoying ourselves, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, drama. I'm like, no.
That's kind of what happened
So
with
here's my issue that I always talk about. It's like right after something really good is about to happen for somebody. It's like, we're gonna drop this drama. Like, you wait till after this announcement happens, right? And people are like hyped up for this show to drop the drama.
I feel like
do this promoting it.
I feel like it kind of started, at least from what I've seen, it kind of started with Noelle and Boss. Like, I remember, like, that drama happened, and I'm just like, huh? And they were like, yeah, like, you know, this it was, like, this huge thing, because I think they had just either won an award or they were nominated, and, like, that's when, like, that drop happened. And it was just, and ever since then, it has, like, been kind of like, okay, as soon as something announces, something crazy happens from the past, and it's, like, this whole thing. I'm like, huh? So, yeah, I just stay out of it. I'm just like, it's way too much to even unpack. And it's like, a lot of it is in Thai. You have to, like, translate. No, thank you. I'll just...
It's none of business.
My issue is people be, like, getting so invested. Like, I'm so hurt by this. I'm like, they don't know you. They ain't thinking about you.
They don't know you.
It was so... It wasn't funny, because, like, it's, like, sucks that she was like that. But it was, like, this one fan that I seen, and it was this ship couple. I'm not gonna say which one it was. But, like, it sank. And... when I say she was so hurt, she was like, I literally gave them back. And she was so hurt. And she was like going in detail about like how much money she spent and time she spent, like going to their, like, I guess, meet and greets and stuff like that. And I'm just like they really thought they were together. And it kind of brought up the question of, is fan service manipulative in a way? I don't know. It was like a conversation they were having.
People are just gullible and ridiculous. Like, and they put these parasocial relationships are just weird. Like, when I say I'm obsessed with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the actors, and I'm happy for their success. I get a little sad when, like, a show ends, because in my mind I'm like, oh, they don't have a job right now. That's the only thing. But beyond that, I don't know anything about their lives. Especially in this world, I don't care if they're gay, straight, questioning. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. It's none of my business. Mm-hmm. If they never announce anything about their personal lives, that's fine. I don't need to know. I don't understand this desire to try and like know these people on this personal level. Like it's weird.
But wasn't that like a thing with girl? Oh no.
No,
Yeah, I think that was like issue. Huh?
Wait, which one?
So and no
no.
no.
Yeah.
He that was I remember seeing that some people were saying how fans were attacking him because he had announced that he was straight, or like he said he had like past girlfriend or something like that, and fans were attacking him because yeah, and I was just confused. I'm like, huh? I was annoyed because it's
Here's my thing. Nanon, like Bad Bunny was his first and only BL. And he only did it because Off was the director and Ohm was his like partner and their friends.
Mm-hmm.
Ohm has up until now has only done BL. Right? And was like ready to not be one, but then was like Off is the director, Nanon is the partner. That's why they did that one together.
Mm-hmm.
The most recent thing is Ohm is in 10-Year Ticket, which is
I think what's in it? They're both in
right
that.
now. Are they both in that?
I think I haven't seen it, but I think they're both in that one. That or there's another show that looks similar.
Yeah, they're not a couple in this show, but Ohm kissed a girl in the show, and people are like, "What the hell? How does Nanon feel?" And I'm like, these are actors.
I feel like if anything, they should be happy that they're so convincing as actors versus the opposite, where like we ain't gonna talk about it no more. But like you could tell you could tell it wasn't there. So I would rather them convince me that they're in love versus not, because then it's like that's literally your job. Your job is to convince us that you're together.
It is because I wasn't a part of. Obviously, I can't stand Thorn type, but I wasn't there when they were promoting the show and how big into fan service they were and how like much that they would do. So it's just weird to me that people were, like you said, so heartbroken that golf from Mew came out and said, "No, I'm in a relationship with someone else. We're just friends. We're not together." Like I'm like, why did you think they were together? I don't get it. Like, why is that so important to you?
My baby Mew is busy. Huh?
It ain't that serious. Like, oh, they did a show together. They got a check
Money?
for working together.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean they're like all lovey-dovey. We live in the same house, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think fans are gonna be happy until like they get like but like some of them are kind of delusional and they think that anyway. But I feel like a lot of fans won't like be happy until they get like an actual confirmation. But like again, it's like it's just their roles, It's like the purpose of
But
it.
even then, they might be mad that they have an actual confirmation that, oh my god, they're actually together. I'm upset about this because they don't have a chance. I'm like, get yourself down. Like you have a chance in the first place.
Nobody has a chance. I'm glad you're confident in yourself,
But it's also like I also don't like that because you could tell like some people are just fame hungry, because it's like how many stories, even like in the American, like we've seen of exes coming out and just like they're telling these crazy stories, and it's just like none of that even happened, and like they're like making things up. I don't know. I would be terrified as like a celebrity if I had to like my ex, like they're crazy, but they're probably gonna make up anything. So I don't know. I think some fans are just a little too much, but
it's just I know that it's the debate of whether or not cancel culture is real, but it is weird how you see these people just stand by this actor, and just the tiniest non-consequential rumor comes out about them that there's no way to confirm it or tell if it's true. Just they want their career to be destroyed. And even with this, it's like you feel lied to. But and now you want their career to be destroyed. It's like I didn't catch on what fan service was until Love in the Air, because I wasn't really like cluing in that that's what they were doing. I thought, okay, Thai men are just really comfortable with each other. I thought it was like a cultural thing, like that kind of like with the I wasn't into One Direction, but there was this thing like, are they gay or are they European? So I thought it was kind of like that, like Thai men are just really comfortable hugging on each other in a way that American men don't. They don't do that even in like acting or whatever. So it didn't clue in until Love in the Air, and mostly because of how Pete and Fort interacted with each other while the show was on air. So like even in their fan meetups stuff, in their fan meetups and stuff, like, but if you recognize it, like when the show was focused on Payu and Rain, and you kind of knew that the Sky and Pai characters were coming, right? You knew that was going to be next. Fort would be all in Pete's face, and Pete's like, no, leave me alone, like you're being weird. And then as soon as their story came along, it was shifted. Now they are kind of lovey-dovey. And then I was like, oh, that's a part of the marketing, because it's kind of following with the story of the show, how they act when they're in fan spaces and the cameras are on them. And I was like, I get it. All of this fan service is just marketing, because I hadn't heard that term until that.
Well, Ronnie, because we know about K-pop, we know that K-pop it has like that coming. But when you're talking about One Direction, yeah, I was like Larry, but it's like it was so weird that was even a thing, and it's just I feel like sometimes because even with me and JJ talking about The Untamed, I'm still mad about that, but it's just like some countries just won't allow that, and I just feel like I don't know if it's because like their laws or what, but it's just always interesting how different countries handle that. In Thai culture, very much a lot of their marketing comes from BLs. Like that's like their thing.
That's what's so confusing. That country as a whole is so LGBTQAI+ friendly, but they don't have same-sex marriage. Like,
that is weird.
Why? I was like,
it's like they're shocked. Because I did some reading up. I was like, I need to know some things.
Right.
So they have it to where you can do like a civil union, but that doesn't give you the same rights as same-sex marriage. And it came up, I want to say maybe 5-10 years ago, and it was same-sex marriage, and it was shut down. And they're trying to get it to come back up again, especially as BLs are becoming even more popular, things of that sort, to try and get it back, which is why so many shows are starting to add like little statements about it. So
yeah,
Not Me, Cutie Pie, Enchante, that train wreck of a show, all have all these little things about same-sex marriage in them.
Love in the Air.
Right? To try and get that push back, like, hey, we need to get more people invested in this so that it can be passed, I think, in Thailand. And part of my research was so many Thais, like, in these shows, they're like, oh, we're friends, we're going to sleep in the same bed. I was like, is that a cultural thing? Like, you're just sleeping, like, two dudes to sleep in the same bed? Because here, in the U.S. and Western culture, that people are like, that's us, right? And I'm like, nope. Thailand is just like, if there's a bed, whoever's around sleeps in the bed.
A bed. Their beds be a little. Come on now, let's go and get some. I don't know. I be like, I'll look at me mad when I be seeing like the little twin beds. Come on, get a king size bed. Come on, stop playing with me.
Mattresses on the floor. That's a little odd.
And together when I was sleeping on that couch, that little couch. I said, ain't no way I can fit over there. Like they had the backpack as a pillow. Look at her face. She cannot stand together. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Ronnie. Continue.
Well, because like, here's the thing. Well, I'll stick on the together thing. All right. There are two directors at Buddy, Little Like Chicken, A Tale of a Thousand Stars. Those are 3 shows he did. And or doing. He did Still Together, and he tried his hardest to like pull something out of Brightman. He tried.
Do you
They
guys?
were giving.
I
He tried.
so I think okay. This is just my opinion. I think Win did his best because I felt more from Win versus Bright just because I'm not over that kiss, y'all. I'm really not. Like it really felt like Bright was forced. Every it was. I've never seen a kiss like that. I don't know how else to explain it.
Well,
I will
I
say.
think it's when the show started. I was like, the storyline doesn't make any sense. Like, the plot points don't make any sense. But when they showed him as SWAT, I was like, oh, he's like the cool guy, stoic. Like, yeah. And then as the series went on, I'm like, my baby just can't act. That's the problem.
JJ, you've seen Together, right?
What?
Yeah.
Did JJ? Is she on? Oh, she's typing.
Yeah, she's on. She's typing. I know.
Together. Oh god, that's
Audio. Oh, crapped
No,
out. Oh,
audio
okay.
crapped out. Oh.
We want to say that we'll go ahead and wrap it up anyway. I was like, I think because Win has a project coming out this year, so it's not a be all.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, that's why I said Win was really, Win was giving it his all. You know what I mean? And his eyes are so cute.
They're in a show together that's boy girl, where like
Oh yeah.
same guy and then his friend or something.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it, but maybe he's better in that. He's so freaking pretty though. This is only saving grace. But I'm like, no, you just don't know how to act. That's the problem. You just don't know how. You can sing a little bit, but he's so cute.
the one thing I can say that Together gave me is now whenever like something would happen, said Shia with his whole chest, with his whole chest like he was in it. So now I picked up the habit of some stuff. I was like, shit.
Yo, I know when I hear that. I know what that means. Or like I know Shy, My, and Shia. I know what that means.
I know what that means. I know what that is. Because sometimes even the subtitles is wrong. Like they'll say Shia, and then it'll say, "Damn!" I'm like, that's not what he said. He didn't say that.
JJ have wrote it. they love that word, man. They be going into that word. It's like I thought that because so I started with Korean BL, so I'm like okay. I was kind of used to it because with K-pop I had the subtitles, but then I went to Thai BLs and I'm like okay, this is fast, y'all. When I went to Chinese BLs, I'm like oh my gosh, I kept having to go back. It was going by so fast. I'm like,
That's why I put it on my phone so I can like quickly hit it because if I try to watch it like jam TV stuff on TV, I'm like my brain can't catch up. I can now kind of be a little bit more selective. Like I don't have to see every word and know every word that they're saying.
yeah, I kind of skim it.
But I'm like, good lord, they speak so quickly.
And I wonder, is it the same for us? Like when they're watching ours, and the subtitles is it like fast for them as well? I'm curious. I don't know, but I don't think
I feel like in English we say so many words. Granted, we have only 26 words in the alphabet, and Thai I think has 44, but they utilize only like 30. And then a lot of the words are more, it's just how they say it. It's not the word, like, the word will look the same, but it's how they say it and what sentence they're saying it in that lets you know what they're talking about. So I think it's just, we speak so many extra words into a sentence than they do. I don't know.
people have said that like and that's like one of the main things why English is hard. But I would say the easiest thing we have in comparison is like, you know, with Thai, even Chinese and Japanese, it's like, it always depends, even Korean, it depends on like who you're speaking with. So it's like, even if it's like not only gender, but like, are they older than you, younger than you, their position in the office, it's like all that kind of like ties it together versus Americans where we're like, yo.
It took forever to get the whole P thing. I was like, why is everybody calling each other P?
P, yeah.
And Hia was like,
Yeah.
the one I was like, I don't get it. And then I figured out what it meant. I'm like, well, why do they keep calling each other brother?
Oppa.
And why is it so important? It's like, but yeah, the P thing, like, that was weird. And it'll be like they're only like a few months apart. You're my P. No, you're the same age. Like,
They were,
she had to leave.
yeah, they were saying that, I think when, what's his name? How I forget? Ozzy, Mr. Ozzy,
Oh yeah, birth.
when he was teaching people about Thai, he was saying how explaining how like the P, because he I think asked one of the older actors if like should he call him P or not, and he was like, no, you don't have to. So I guess it just all depends.
It's more familiarity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like with us, like at some point, like Mr. and Miss and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't use that among our contemporaries. We use that unless it's in like a particular setting.
I was going to say, it's like you can't even say workplace anymore because it really just depends. So,
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and wrap this up. I know we've been here for a while. And like our last question of recommendations you guys would like other people. So beginner BL watchers, and then just if they're already seen it, like BL they need to watch.
I would say beginner Bad Buddy. I feel like we're gonna say the same thing. I think because number one, if you're just, I think it's easy to get into. There's drama, but the storylines are simple. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's not complicated
Right.
to watch it. There's only one couple, so you don't have to try to follow multiple couples. And then especially if you're someone that's not used to LGBTQ content, there's not a whole lot, there's no spike. So if you're just trying to watch it, if you want to like watch it with your older boomer family or whatever, you can, because it's not going to make people feel uncomfortable, is I guess what I'm trying to say. I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable. Because a lot of stuff they do in those shows, even in Western shows, that they don't do that unless it's on a premium channel. Like, they don't do that stuff. So, that one. And then the show that you should watch... it's so hard. I've got a whole list and you should watch them all. I'll say this because it really did affect me. Like, I would be thinking about it all day long, not me. Like, that, it was just a dog. So well done. And it just, like, affected me. And King Porsche because it's amazing. Because it's the first one and I'll just hype it up forever. I think that's it.
Where are you running?
Never, don't even pretend like you're gonna watch it. Do not watch together.
It's okay not knowing. This is the anti-together group. So I would say beginner, definitely Bad Buddy. It's so good.
So
And the sad thing is, once you watch Bad Buddy, don't watch anything that came out before Bad Buddy, because you're going to be upset. Right? Like, don't watch what came before Bad Buddy. So, Bad Buddy is a really good place to start. If you do watch things that came out before Bad Buddy, no, things get better now. Right?
it's just
Also, what I'm going to do is, the other thing I'm going to say for, like, I have one that's ended and one that is currently airing that folks should watch. One that's ended, Triage, is a history behind it, really, really good. And, like, that is really good, especially if you are someone who may not be into LGBT content or, like, only want to focus on the romance. Like, this gives you something else outside of just this couple getting together.
Mhm.
Right? And what is their journey together? There's really a lot going on. It is so good. With that, also Manor of Death, because it's also very similar. Same author wrote the books, and there's a cameo from Manor of Death characters in that show. Another one that's airing that I highly recommend people watch. I'm just going to say two. Never Let Me Go. Watch it. It is good.
So
Never
good.
Let Me Go. Watch it.
I was gonna ask you guys if I should start Never Let Me Go or The Pawn and the Fish. You said I was gonna ask you guys.
It doesn't matter because it's so opposite.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're so good.
Okay.
They're both really good. I would say because you got done with that one that you said it just really affected you drama wise, that you should probably watch Bishop on the
Bishop on the Sky.
Okay.
because it's really silly and
Okay.
fun. I'm only on episode 3. So, and there are some kind of more heartfelt moments, but it's so funny.
Okay.
But
The whole show is funny.
this whole show, and then, but like so far, Never Let Me. And I thought Never Let Me Go would be overhyped, like because I was seeing on my TikTok. I'm like, I thought this show is not that good, and I was like, it's really good. It's really good.
I was apprehensive to start Never Let Me Go. And I've been like, I love that show. I love that show before I love my next recommendation, which is My School President.
Sounds
Because
cute.
My School President is all fluffy,
Yeah.
but it's so good. And like you have these really young characters who are communicating better than shows with adult grown characters. And like every episode just gets better. Same thing with Never Let Me Go. Every episode just gets better. So my 3 recommendations are 4, Bad Buddy, Beginner, Triage, as one that's ended, and then Never Let Me Go and My School President as currently airing shows.
Okay.
Those are good.
I also, because I don't hear a lot of people talk about Remember Me, but it's depressing, but it's really good. It's it has Ja First in there, which is Fiat and Leo.
The
So
wig. The wig. They didn't have to. When they bought it, when they had the wig in Until We Meet Again, I was like, okay, they're just trying to establish that he looks different than normal. And then didn't they brought it back again? They didn't need it. It's okay.
they also brought it with the other character. I was so happy. I don't care if we had to wait to the last episode. I was so happy they got rid of that wig because he went the entire time. I said, please release this man from this wig. And his friends had it too. I'm like, this is not. Oh no, that is anime gone wrong. Like they tried so hard, but no, they missed so bad. I would be mad as an actor. I had to wear this the whole time. We didn't get it cut into the last episode. I said, well, we got it. At least we got it. But that's one I would recommend. But it's not beginner friendly. I would say, like, if they're not used to like spice, like Korean, like start with Korean BLs. Korean BLs are usually like they like keep it very like light. Not the story itself, but like when it comes to that stuff. But they have depressing ones too, so it really just depends. But yeah, once you start BLs, it's usually like you're there, man. Do you guys watch GLs?
I haven't seen one yet, but like in Bad Buddy, wasn't Ink and
Milton,
Yeah.
they supposed to have their own? I'd be interested in that. I don't know why I just haven't seen them.
It's not many versus BLs,
no.
but they do have a
that's
series.
also-
Sorry, go ahead.
So I know Milk and Love, that's the actors.
Mhm.
The big Ink Pop. They have their own show coming up
Mm-hmm.
by GMM, which I think is GMM's
First GL.
which is good. And then there's another one.
The Gap. The Gap. The Gap.
Gap.
Yeah.
It's currently out.
A lot of people say that's
a
really good.
GL.
Well, and
But also just,
good.
I was gonna say, I think culturally, is more common for them to look at two men in a relationship than it is to think of two women in a loving relationship.
Which is odd
Yeah.
how that's flipped. And Don't Say No, and maybe I'm wrong. Aren't there two girls in their couple?
Yeah.
It wasn't explicit that they were, but
That's why I didn't know at first, because I'm like, what? And then I read a comment. They were like, yeah, they're together. I'm like, huh? So I rewatched it, and I'm like, you couldn't even tell. they didn't have any type of, they kind of dropped the ball on that.
I feel like, because it was with Ink and Paw, and then those two, whose names elude me, they push a stereotype on the GLs of very, not masculine girl, but very
tomboyish.
And then golden retriever energy girl, and then the one that's a little bit more aloof. Am I making any sense? Because then vice versa, they weren't a couple, and I don't even remember their names, but the two girls that they thought were supposed to be their port key were each other's port key. And you have the one that was kind of masculine representing, and then the other one was very femme representing. It seems like they push that narrative with GLs harder than they do with the BLs, because they don't really do that with them. You have the one that's a little bit more docile. Is the I don't know. I don't want to say anything that I get. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. They push that kind of the one girl has really masculine energy, the other one has really feminine energy, a little bit more with those, and which is weird.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know.
We'll see how the GMM TV goes. Since they're doing so well with the BLs, I'm hoping because I feel like a lot of people have high expectations for their first GL, so hopefully they don't drop the ball on it. But we'll see.
If it's the same director as Bad Buddy, it should be good. And if it's just following the two of them, I don't see why it would suck. Well,
It's not. It's a different story.
It's a different story? I thought it was their
Completely different story.
Yeah, because I think
okay.
No.
because Inks, I think her character, it's supposed to be she's a basketball player or something. I just seen a photo or whatever. I think she's a basketball player or something.
It's a completely different story.
Oh, I'm scared now.
But this was really fun. Again, I'll have more in the future because I know there's other BL fans that wanted to join. They couldn't join today. So if you guys are also interested in the future ones, just let me know and I'll let you guys know the dates. Ronnie, I know you're a K-pop fan, so I'll have K-pop ones coming up too. Just let me know, but I'll email you guys when I'm done editing, putting it together, because it was it kept going out. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that, but yeah, I'll send it to you guys when I'm done editing. It'll be a while because I have so much to my channel, but
3 verse long.
yeah, I know, right? It went way overboard. But I'll also when I email you guys can send me some recommendations. I've seen a few, but a lot of them y'all were talking about I didn't, so I can check them out. But I'll go ahead. I'll start another one tomorrow, so we'll see which one to start. But yeah, besides that, thank you guys so much for joining me. It was so nice meeting you guys, and hopefully we do it again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good night.